sacrifice your life.
What the fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injuries openly, but
I just pretended that was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'll be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like he wasn't a bad guy, as far as we know.
Who said he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Better.
Oh yeah.
Better.
No, there we go. Yeah, we're good. We're good, man. We're good. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1. It is another absolutely gorgeous Tuesday evening here with you live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for joining us. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that reached out to us, that tuned in and reached out and participated in last week's episode, our 500th episode of the show. The show's been going on now for 12 years strong, and I just want to say thank you, everybody. It was one of our most watched and viewed downloaded shows ever. So I wicked appreciate that. Appreciate all of your love and support, and we hope to continue to do it for another 500 episodes right here.
Absolutely.
On New Bedford Guide. It has been a fun ride, and it was great. So please, again, to those that supported us, appreciate you, and feel free to continue supporting us. Liking and sharing is a big deal for us. You can find this audio-only version of the show on Mixlr.com, mixlr.com/Joey-Fats, and you can get the audio-only version, live version of the show. So if you don't want to tie up your phone with Facebook Live, and you want to do other stuff or watch other things or do other stuff, but still listen into the show as it's going along, you can do it there. What?
Nothing. I don't know why. I thought back to last week, and that one guy on the Bedford Guide, and the comment was, "I'm not giving you no fucking stars." Because you know how that thing pops up for New Bedford Guide? It's like, donate stars to support the show, to support the stream.
You no
it's
fucking stars.
It's automatic for
Okay.
any time New Bedford Guide starts any kind of show. It automatically pops up. During this broadcast, you can support the stream by sending stars. Whatever. It just always does that. And the guy's like, "I'm not sending you no goddamn stars."
He's like, "Fuck you and fuck your stars, bitches."
So I made sure I tagged him last week, and I was like, "Send me your goddamn stars." I think he blocked the New Bedford Guide.
Oh, that's fucking great. That's the kind of childish shit that I love that we do here.
Like, was he Super Mario? He's like hoarding stars in his house. Like, you're not getting these stars.
He's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, stars and rings.
Those would be coins. Those would be coins and rings.
Rings and Sonic. But we've got a live. We have a loaded live show here planned for you tonight. We're gonna get into the New England Patriots, the Drake May MVP talk.
Drake.
Where do the
Drake
Patriots
May.
actually sit in the grand scheme of things? Overall,
A1.
We'll get into my Denver Broncos as they continue to absolutely dominate everybody that they play in one way, shape, or form. We'll get into the NFC. The Chiefs are back. The Eagles. We'll get into all of the Week 8 action from the NFL. We'll get into a little bit of the World Series. We will get into NASCAR's championship race in Phoenix is set for Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. We'll give you a little Week 9 preview of the NFL. But before we get into all of that, Sean, we are going to start the show off with some NBA action. Because, as you know, quick 36 hours after our 500th episode last week.
Not even 36 hours.
We woke up to some deeply disturbing, alarming news from was it Sharania? Was it Sam Sharania that?
Oh, it was Shams, But then that asshole Pablo Torre tried saying, I broke it 5 minutes before you did.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, shut up.
Pablo Torres, whatever. There was a pissing match, but there was news that broke Thursday morning.
Yeah.
And the news was, I know everybody has heard about it by now, so it's not like we're, presenting anything here breaking, but Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier were both arrested by the feds for allegedly being involved with a giant...
And Damon Jones, right?
No, Damon Jones is implicated but was not arrested as far as I know. But Damon Jones, LeBron's teammate and longtime teammate and one of his head people in his crew, if you will, was also implicated in this whole thing. We're going to give you our opinions on the entire thing, but but Chauncey Billups and Rozier were arrested Thursday morning, and I believe arraigned in court. Were brought up on charges of conspiracy, point shaving, fixing games, and basically being in bed with the mob in order to
the actual mob,
like the actual five families, La Costa Nostra. It was this was something straight out of a movie.
The Sopranos.
Yeah, or The Sopranos if that's your gig. Sean, this is a big deal. Now, what's not a big deal is that there was some shady shit going on in the NBA. Like, yeah, no shit. What next? You gonna tell me water is fucking wet? The night is dark? I don't know what. Like, yeah, no kidding. There was some shady shit going on in the NBA.
Yeah.
But for the first time in a long time, we actually got to see some people in handcuffs because of it. Like, this is a big deal. And then
it was a 6-year sting. It started in 2019, according to the head of the FBI.
Yeah, so this.
So they witnessed a lot of people lose their money.
This has been going on
years.
for a while, and there was rigged poker games.
They had X-ray tables
with glasses. I mean, this is straight out of James Bond.
They had cards that you could see through. They had a quarterback, quote unquote, for those who aren't actually watching, quote unquote, a quarterback was literally being buzzed in on the table, so that way the quarterback was giving signals to the other players of who has the best hand, so that person could then bet up, and the marks on the table would basically lose all their money.
Mm-hmm.
But the marks were just there because, hey, I'm playing with Chauncey Billups, or I'm playing with an NBA player.
It was Chauncey Billups, Antonio Gates. There was obviously Terry Rozier.
Kevin
Garnett.
No, Terry Rozier was mostly fucking games. That's what he was doing.
Well, Terry Rozier was doing shit on the court. You're right.
Yeah. Chauncey was doing other, but Kevin Garnett was implicated in like gambling shit too.
But the rigged poker games were also a way to funnel money to the guys who were betting on the games that Terry Rozier was rigging. So they were separate, but linked investigations, if you will.
Yes.
So this whole thing gets fucking broken on Thursday morning, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, I'm just salivating. I'm like, come on, just tell me LeBron is involved. Tell me, like, I want to see big fucking names go down in flames.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to the NBA, my dad has been telling me since I was fucking knee high, never bet on basketball. I mean, that is one of the first things my dad ever taught me about basketball. Don't bet on it. Bet on any other sport. Don't bet on basketball. The NBA and basketball have been dirty and rigged and fucked since the dawn of time. And we know that. We saw Tim Donaghy. We saw what happened with him in 2006 with the finals of the Mavs and the Heat.
Yep.
Like, we saw him screw the Mavs out of a championship. We knew what was going on. We knew what was going on when we were watching the games, but we couldn't prove it. And then years later, turns out, he goes to jail. He does federal time.
Yep.
Now he's writing a tell-all book, which is great. I mean, I hope it really implicates some really big names. Because at this point, I have no Kobe's gone. I have no allegiance to the NBA, none whatsoever. In fact, I haven't watched a single minute of a Lakers basketball game to start this season, despite the fact that we got the two best white boys in the league in Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic going absolutely apeshit to start the year. I don't care. You know why? Because the product isn't real.
Yep.
It's not real. We've known the NBA was fake. We've always suspected this, and now we have concrete proof. We have people in handcuffs. And here's the thing. When the feds put you in cuffs for a case like this, they have you dead to rights.
Yeah.
This isn't like they're going to arrest you and you're going to skate on some bullshit.
Yeah, this isn't hearsay.
Because they fumbled the bag and they screwed up the investigation. You are dead to rights, which means you have two options. one, you take it on the chin and do your time and be a real gangster about it and know that doing your time is better than telling. Or you start talking. That's it. Those are your two options. Because if you want to do less time, you're going to start talking. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, some of these guys are cut out for prison.
Terry Rozier, definitely not.
You know, they might be, physically imposing, bigger guys and all this kind of shit. But let me tell you something, man. The mental aspect of having to face a long prison sentence will break anybody. I've seen it. I see it every day. So take that for what it's worth. But this is a big deal in a lot of ways because I think, Sean, in my opinion, we are just scratching the surface of this. I don't even think this is like the tip of the iceberg. I don't even think the iceberg has even crested the surface yet. I think we just saw it under the water and we were like, oh, there she blows.
I do think that there are still some major names because now you see tons of stuff coming out, right? You see people scourging through years of social media posts saying some guy's like, I'm actually going to go play poker with Chauncey Billups this year. It's like 2020, like in the middle of COVID, and the guy has somehow secured like a private gambling game with Chauncey Billups. And people tweet at him, brother, you are a victim. Cracking me up.
Or you go back and you look at, so you know how we sit there, right? We'll be watching an NBA game, right?
Yeah.
And you'll see Terry Rozier, and he's got, he's the over-under on him is 24 point or 21 points for the game, and he's sitting at 20, and you're like, all right, he needs one basket to get this. And next thing you know, he's throwing up air balls.
Yes.
And you're sitting there on your couch, and you're going, what the fuck
There's
is wrong
no
with this
way.
guy? You're like, there's no way. I don't even play in the NBA, and I could have made that shot. I mean, he's missing balls. He's airball. It looks like he plays in the WNBA.
He's hitting kids in wheelchairs.
Yeah. And you're like, there's
row.
no way he can possibly be this bad. Like, I just mentally wasn't locked in there at the end or whatever. Or you're Chauncey
My
Billups.
grandmother was
and
dead.
you literally pull the two guys that are about to hit the over on their bets out of the game. Your two
For the
best
rest of the
players
game.
with 4 or 5 minutes left in a 4-point game.
And then you go to the press conference, you sit in there with your arms crossed on the table, and you're like, yeah, just load management. That bullshit.
I knew load management was going to be a bullshit fucking excuse the day it became a popular phrase. I said, and immediately, and I'm a cynic, admittedly, I'm a cynic. I don't believe anything anybody says to me anymore. I think everything is bullshit.
It is all bullshit.
As soon as I heard the phrase load management, I said it's a way to fucking fix games.
Anytime.
It's a way to fuck with people through Vegas.
And maybe this is just us being pessimists because we grew up in Massachusetts as well.
We're not pessimists, we're cynics.
Okay. So maybe this is us and where we grew up and how we grew up. But anytime someone starts
Oh, Sydney Sweeney's at the Dodgers game looking good too.
I fucking missed it.
Hold on. I have the rewind.
Yes,
on.
go back. You know, I got to tell you something as soon as I see the video of my girl.
Am I not allowed to rewind on this?
You motherfucker, you lied to me.
Hang on.
Oh, there we go.
There she
Oh,
is.
wow, she looks great.
Look at those fucking hog-ass jugs.
So, really quick sidebar. You know, sometimes
straight Wilburs.
You know, sometimes you'll get like random notifications saying like this thing happened in the news today, and I'm like, I've never signed up for this before in my life.
Yeah.
I got one. I think it was yesterday, the day before, and I absolutely clicked on it for the first time in my life. It was like Sydney Sweeney gets a new haircut, and I was like, click.
Yeah.
I clicked on it like a sucker, and
So I was like, I can't help myself. I have to do this.
I sent it to my wife too. Like I opened up screen share, like record, and I brought it down. And I clicked on it in real time, and I sent it to her, and she was like, "You're a scumbag." But anyway, going back to what we were just talking about,
NBA fixing games.
with NBA and fixing games, and maybe it's us growing up in this area and how we did. But anytime anybody, whether it's NFL, NBA, any sports agency, anybody, even celebrity, anybody comes out with an explanation of something they did, they are more guilty than what they let on.
Mm-hmm.
And for the NBA Players Association to come out and say, we're not going to allow Rozier or Chauncey Billups to say anything yet, big, massive red flag.
Now,
and they're going to take the suspension with pay right now. How? How are they getting their suspension with pay?
Well, I think so. In my line of work, if you are suspended
You are arrested by the FBI.
If you are what we would call detached with pay, that usually means you're cooked. Not always, but usually.
Go on.
Because they're not going to want to pay you back pay for what they owe you, right?
Of course.
You get detached without pay. Sometimes, I guess it depends. I guess it's a case-by-case thing. But from my understanding, like it would be if you get suspended with pay.
Yeah.
Usually that just means like, okay, we're gonna pay you so that we don't have to encounter and pay you for wages that you should have been owed, while the investigation was pending.
Right.
Whereas if they suspend you without pay, it's usually like, I think that's usually the one where they're like, okay, we know you're cooked.
Yeah.
You're basically fired at that point. We're just saving the money. But nonetheless, yeah, it is kind of case by case. Actually, it's different every time. I think now that I think back to it, but it is interesting that the NBA is suspending them with pay because this is such a black eye for the NBA. I mean, this isn't a black eye. I mean, this is like 2 black eyes, a broken nose, and a busted jaw. Like to think that the NBA has any credibility left is absolutely laughable. Laughable.
You have to be batshit insane.
Don't get me wrong. I know plenty of people that still bet on the NBA and they still do very well. But you have to know, sometimes, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine at work a couple of months ago. I think this is dating back to like last spring. And he's a big time bettor. Him and another buddy of mine, they bet big on everything. And you go in and like they got like notebooks like with scribbled out fucking numbers. I mean, like I'm talking like Matt Damon and fucking
Rounders? Not Rounders.
No, applesauce, bitch. The movie where he's the retard.
He's not retarded in that movie.
Well, whatever. He's autistic as fuck.
He's not autistic either. He's just
genius.
brilliant.
Not Beautiful Mind.
No, god damn you. Wow. Good Will Hunting. It's like saying he's retarded.
It's like that. It's like that, or like the Russell Crowe thing with all like the formulas written everywhere.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it looks like that, and it's like I can't understand. Like I found their like papers and shit that they have written down, and I'm looking at them without any context. I'm like, I have no fucking idea what they're even looking at.
Right.
But they do. But they do pretty good. But we had this discussion, and we were sitting there going, and we're like, they would pick like the over under for rebounds for like LeBron be 8.5.
Who cares?
And you're like, all right, I'll take the over on that because he's going to have a triple-double tonight. And he'll end up with 8. Or if you bet or he'll end up with 9. Like, we're like, how do they know to set that line at 8.5 where he's going to get either 8 or 9 rebounds?
It's a little
like, how do they know? How do they always fucking know? And I'm like,
how does Vegas always know the points games?
That's
for
what I'm
NFL
saying.
Games?
Like the
44.5.
Yeah.
How?
Where do you even come up with that number? And don't sit there and tell me it's because you're running all sorts of fucking simulations and all this other shit.
We've played
Bullshit.
Madden 146 times in a row.
Fuck out of here with that shit. Strikeouts. Guys like, 5.5 strikeouts on the net. He gets 5. Or he gets 6. You're like, how did they know? How do they even get within?
Boils my blood.
It's never like, we put the over-under at 6.5 and he had 12.
Yeah.
It's never that. It's always within 1.
Right.
It always, or at least it seems that way. So we know that there's been some fishy shit going on for years in all sports.
Yep.
All sports. I mean, I'm talking at least the big 4 of, maybe not so much the NHL, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think hockey, the guys just die on the ice too much.
Well, I think in hockey, like it would be, again, it's
but salary cap shit.
But you're getting into you're talking about mafia families getting at individual players.
Yes.
Like, think of the scene from Pulp Fiction
Russia.
where Bruce Willis is talking to Ving Rhames.
Yes, of course, boxer.
In the 5th, your ass goes down.
Yes.
When you feel that sting, that's pride fucking with you.
Yeah.
Fuck pride. You know what I mean? Like, that shit fucking happens. And apparently, it's happening a whole lot more often than anybody realized.
Mm-hmm.
Or wanted to admit. Because this is a real fucking thing now. We have to sit here. Like, I can't put on an NBA game, see a controversial call at the end of it, and think, yeah, that's on the up and up.
Yeah, no.
Like, there's no fucking way, dude. There's no way.
Even calls. Like, remember that Lakers Celtics game years ago?
2 years ago.
When
They called the foul on LeBron and AD and no one touched Jason Tatum, and then LeBron
Patrick Beverley pulls the cameraman guy, points to it, and they give him a technical, and he's like,
and then they go they mug LeBron on his way to the basket for what would have been the game-winning shot, and they're like,
clean.
You're good. Like, who was there? Like, who was making money off of that one? Somebody did. Somebody made a lot of money that night.
Whitey Bulger in prison's like,
But I'm telling you, this shit is so rigged.
Of course, I don't believe.
And it's so fixed. And then, what the biggest thing is, right? So we were talking now I think games in terms of outcomes are what they call soft rigging.
Yeah.
Where the refs will influence the game as they can, but ultimately, you can't get there's 53 guys on each team. There's 106 guys on a football field. You can't get to all 106 of them to get on board and swim one way.
You don't even get to 10 of them.
But the thing is, Sean, what we found now is we're seeing with this Rozier and Bills thing, you only need one. You only need one.
NBA, you only need one guy.
Even the NFL, all you need is a quarterback or a defensive back or somebody or a ref or a coach.
NFL, you need one ref.
You need one ref. That's it. And that's all it comes down to. Because how many times have we sat there and we've said, oh, the refs are in the pocket of the Patriots. Oh, the refs are in the pocket of the Chiefs. Oh, the refs are in the pocket of this team. What the fuck was that call? What the fuck was this call? And we get zero explanation and zero accountability from anybody. None of these leagues ever hold these officials accountable. They'll say they do. They're like, oh, we do it behind closed doors to minimize bullshit.
Never, ever, ever.
And what I hope happens next, I hope this whole thing explodes. I hope it seeps into the NFL, MLB. I mean, if anything, if internationally, it'll definitely go to FIFA. That shit is rigged as fuck. I hope the whole thing burns down. You know why? Because I want to give the power back to the consumer. I want the leagues to have to beg us to trust them again. I want the leagues to have to beg us to watch them again. I don't want to be dictated to anymore.
What about Jaylen Brown making $57 million a year saying, well, when they came out with sports betting, they didn't think about the players?
Oh, dude, the tone deafness
by many people
from some of these guys is absolutely ridiculous. It's
that was an ignorant comment.
Guys, if I'm a coach or an agent or whatever,
shut your mouth.
I'm telling these guys, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. Whatever you think you have to say,
don't.
Whatever profound fucking philosophical shit you think is about to come out of your mouth, tell it to your diary, and that's it. Do not speak. Do not say anything. You are not smart. You are not fucking Socrates. You are not a philosophizer. Do not speak.
And then
you are dumb. You dribble a ball for a living, and you do a very good job at it. Stick to that, okay?
And then Stephen A. on ESPN made another. He's like, I think. I'm doing it by best Stephen A. But I think it's Trump going after these black players.
You gotta do more dramatic pausing though.
I do.
Yeah, the dramatic pauses. So
Trump is going after the black NBA players,
which I love when they're like
starting in 2019.
They're like Stephen A. Not even that. I don't think it was that. I think it started under the Biden administration.
Well, it started in beginning in Trump's,
and then
but then he knew he was coming back because he knew he was going to lose in 2020, and then he knew he was going to come back in 2025.
Right, exactly,
and start it all over again. Yeah. It's like, this was a massive plan.
Man, if that's the case, then maybe we should all just fuck off and let Trump become a king because he's obviously smarter than everybody in the room. But Stephen A. is the king of just saying the dumbest shit possible these days
of all time.
And I know he's like trying to gear up for a run into politics, and he's like trying to like position himself to see. And he's
already doing it.
He said some disparaging things about the Democrats 2 weeks ago.
He's playing both sides.
So, no. I think this was him trying, like, having to come in and, like, this is his.
Oh, yes.
His my bad. His apology to the Obamas, the Bidens, the Chuck Schumers of the world.
My brother.
I'm playing
both sides.
The powers that be. Stephen A. is not a smart guy. Okay, Stephen A. hasn't been. He thinks he's the main character of every fucking of every show he's on. He's not. He used to be cool when he was still trying to prove himself.
20 years ago,
exactly.
Sure.
When he was still the guy that was plugged in because he had connections in the NBA through the 70s.
Shouldn't even have arms.
Right? Like, he had he was an insider because the players trusted him.
Yes.
And he earned their trust, and he got information that nobody else could get.
He was what Shams is now.
Then he became Stephen A. And all he is now is just a fucking talking
annoying.
head. And he's an annoying one at that because, again, he's one of these dudes that thinks he's arrogant beyond arrogant. He thinks he's so much smarter than everyone else in the room.
Obnoxious dickhead.
He's beyond obnoxious. I mean, his takes aren't even good anymore.
Nope.
He doesn't get you the information that you can't get from other people.
He just gives you hot takes.
And they're so shitty. They're so fabricated and and manufactured that it's like, dude, like who? Like my thing is with this: who even listens to Stephen A. anymore? Honestly,
Poor people.
it's low IQ people.
I said poor people.
I mean, low IQ, poor, 6 to 1, right? Like,
I mean, I can't. Like he he had to say something, so I
He
had to pass along what he had said too.
so he says what he has to say, and he says, "There's Donald Trump. He's coming. He's coming. And you know what I think he's going to do? He's going for the luxurious ladies of the WNBA next because they protested and said things that he didn't like." It's like, bro, he doesn't have to go for the WNBA. Honestly, nobody cares about the WNBA. The WNBA is hemorrhaging money. But you know what, though? The funny thing is it makes you wonder, like, now, like, why is the NBA propping up the WNBA so much? It's something to bet on. It's another way to funnel money out of people and create another excuse to have to run scams and scam people out of money. Like, the more you start to think about it, the more it makes sense why the NBA would be so hell bent on keeping the WNBA afloat.
Mm-hmm.
Because they need it. They need it because you know what? Angel Reese, over under 11.5 rebounds. You don't think they can get at Angel Reese?
First shot brick.
Hey, Angel Reese, he has $50,000. Make sure you only get 10 rebounds tonight.
I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, like it's that easy. You don't think that these people, especially the players in sports that are not making tens of millions of dollars to play the game?
Oh my God, yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like they're
was-
so easily bought off.
There was a player on the Raptors that the FBI busted as well. He was arrested. He was a little-known guy, but he was into the mob for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Threatened his
video,
family.
There's video of him throwing the game. At the end of the game, he's like, dropping the ball, throwing it to the other team.
And they found out that they were threatening his family.
And he was like, and they basically told him, "You're throwing these games for us.
Yeah.
That's it."
Or we're gonna kill your family. Like, and this is the mob you're talking about. This isn't some fucking, schmuck bag, dime bag dealing, low rent drug dealer from your neighborhood. No, these are real people with real connections who do real shit for a living. I mean, that's what they do. So you don't fuck with them.
I want to give his name. It's Jonte Porter.
Yes, Porter. I was gonna say Tracy Porter. but
Jonte.
That's not the guy. Different Porter. No
Way
relation.
different Porter. Yeah.
No relation to Joey Porter either. But my point is that this is real shit, and I honestly hope. I would love nothing more than to see LeBron James in handcuffs.
How do you feel about all the fucking...
I would love nothing more than to see like some of the biggest names in NBA history
Garnett
go down.
Garnett has been involved with a lot of poker games over the years. A lot of poker games.
He's claiming it. And listen, everybody's innocent till proven guilty.
He's got a big fucking mouth, though.
But
I love Garnett. Garnett's got a big mouth.
Here's the thing. Once the feds are onto you, like I said, either do your time or start talking. So you're either going to jail and admitting guilt, or you're going to start talking. Now, I hope it goes the way. I honestly hope the whole thing burns down.
What about those?
I would love the NBA to just be reduced to ashes. Adam Silver, gone.
What about those Kevin Durant videos?
Oh, with the guy on the sidelines when he's looking over at him, the guy's just like...
And the guy sending signals like tapping his brim, tapping his hat.
Yep, like
and
baseball signals.
And people years ago asked him about that, and they were just like,
What is
hey,
that?
what was that? And he was just like, oh, he was pointing to his hat and saying the college team, and there was a team like we were playing against.
It's like,
and I was like,
so there's 16 seconds left, and you need a rebound. You need to secure a rebound so you can get a last chance possession to win this game. And you're looking at the random guy with a college hat on the sidelines,
and he's taunting you about the college team right then and there. It's like. People are just starting to just like find videos and being like,
"Yep,
what's up with this?" But they're using a very funny LeBron gif of LeBron dragging the referee with him to the sideline and they're tagging the FBI. And
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
and
And that's when he had those 2 fans thrown
Yes.
out for whatever reason.
yes. And they're
'Cause he's a
using that
fucking
gif
baby.
and they're putting FBI. They're like, look at this. And they're using the LeBron. And I was like,
Yep.
this is funny. Like,
It
this
was.
is good.
It is funny. But I want to see the whole thing fucking come crashing down. I really do. I'm talking the NBA, MLB, NFL. I would love nothing more than if we had no sports for like a year and a half.
I do think.
Because it would just be hilarious. Because then I'd be able to sit there and be like, wow, my Uncle Nick was right. The whole fucking time, Uncle Nick was the one telling me, like, Joey, I don't know why you get so emotionally involved with this stuff. It's all fake.
I do think
And
you
meanwhile,
will
Vince
see.
McMahon's just sitting there like, could have just did what I did.
You should have just let me shit in that hooker's head. He's still going. He's probably he's gonna get off with everything because it's gonna be basically like
Oh,
it
he
was-
got off all right.
it was a consensual relationship.
He was getting off.
Oh. He's 87, 86, whatever age he is. He's up there.
8-7.
87. Wrong numbers, but you got the idea. Anyway, fuck, we're just going with this. I do think something's gonna happen with owners though. Like I do think more information will get undug, so to speak, quote unquote. Like
Dug up.
I like undug better.
I
Like
actually kind of do too.
like Jalen Brunson and getting an LLC created in his name in New York before he actually left Dallas, and then that LLC get funded $50 million even before he signed his contract, and then Toronto giving fucking what's his name there? Help me.
Kawhi?
Yeah, giving Kawhi, he has to plant 1 tree a year for
Yeah.
$15 million
Yeah.
in Toronto.
Right.
Like
what?
all these bullshit entities.
And again, we all know that this shit is crooked as fuck, right? We know that sports are dirty, big business is dirty, it's all rigged, just like politics, it's all the same. But this to me, because this is what we've done for years, right? We have given our lives to these leagues. We've given tens of thousands of dollars. Like if I could look back at how much money I spent on jerseys, tickets, cable, DirecTV,
Memorabilia,
YouTube
yeah.
TV, memorabilia, everything that I have that's
Your time.
sports related. Fuck my time. Let's just say my time was free because it was what I enjoyed doing. Let's just
Okay.
say I was giving them my free time. How much money I spent on the advertisements that they put out, like on the products that they advertise. I would probably be sick to my stomach. I'd be like, I could probably be a multimillionaire by now
Probably.
if I didn't spend all this money over the course of 25 years.
You'd be like, wow, I suddenly have $387,000 in my account.
Which I'm like, damn, I could invest that and turn that into $3 million by like next week. One good hit on a good stock, and that's it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so when you think about that now multiply me by 100 million people in the country that are doing the same thing, and how many billions of dollars, I'm talking trillions of dollars over 2 decades that have been invested, been thrown at these sports leagues, and then for us to find out like the one thing that we ride the highs and the lows, and because we're sports fans. Listen, I love basketball. I hate the NBA. I love football. I hate the NFL. It's, you know what I mean? Like I love the sport. I hate the league. And that is not, it's like I love my country. I hate the government. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that, like, as the consumer, we have the power. We absolutely own the power to sit here and say, enough is enough. I'm not watching your shitty product anymore. You've given me no reason to believe it's legit, and now your people are getting arrested, and you're confirming my worst fears. I'm not going to give you my money anymore. I'm not going to watch. So I'm on an active NBA boycott. I don't care what's going on in the NBA. I don't care that Austin Reeves scored 51 points for the Lakers the other night without Luka and LeBron on the court. I don't care if the Lakers go on to win the championship. I don't give a shit at this point. Now, maybe I'll change my tune when the playoffs come around, and I might start to care, or at least pay attention. But I'm on an active NBA boycott. My only hope is that something major like this happens with the NFL, and we find out that the referees have been fucking games over for the last 2 decades.
We'll find out more about the John Gruden emails because he doesn't want the money.
No, he wants the truth.
Unless the NFL is like, listen, what do you want? Like, you want to come back to coaching and you want anonymity, like, we'll give it to you.
But what if somebody's getting at John Gruden saying, those emails get out, we know where your family is. We know who you are. You're not hard to find.
He's like,
You know what I mean? Like,
but John Gruden's like,
And
I've had enough time with my wife.
You don't think you don't think the NFL and all of its billions of dollars has? I mean, like, think about it. You know they have people that they know that would go out and whack somebody.
Even if they don't have people they know, it's going to cost mafia people
the
millions
NFL
of
probably
dollars.
has a fucking team of assassins in-house in the headquarters, in the NFL headquarters in New York. They probably go out with guns with, like, NFL logos on them, like, you know.
Do you have the express written consent of the NFL?
Just fucks.
Yeah. He holds up just the expressed, not the written consent.
But no, I would love to see it all burn to the ground and just come crashing down. Because, again, the amount of people that grift off of this shit and make money off of it, and I mean, granted, we're kind of hypocrites because we
do the
too.
same thing. We are aware.
I would absolutely love to see it all just come hurtling down to earth at the speed of sound and just explode.
Oh.
And just be like a nuclear event where, like, sports don't exist for a year because the leagues have to dissolve and then reform, and, well, who's it going to be, and what league is it going to be, and who's going to run it, what teams, are we going to have the original 32? Nope, now we're going to have 2 different football leagues. You know, no more of this fucking faggy fucking flag football shit. You know what I mean? No, I want to go back to 2002.
CTE.
Yeah. Like, listen, I didn't play football because I wanted to be healthy, okay? If I want to be healthy, I'll take yoga.
CTEL. CTE
Like,
League.
Get that fucking fag shit out of my face. Put the you put pads on, you strap up, and you play like a goddamn man. If you don't fucking like it, there's the fucking door, asshole. You're getting paid millions of dollars. Okay? Generational wealth. If I was going to listen, I've taken years off of my life by playing college football, lifting weights the way I do. I'm probably taking years off of my life just by doing all this shit to my body.
Potentially.
That I do anyway.
Potentially.
And I'm not getting paid anything. If you told me I was going to get paid $100 million over, let's say, the course of 5 to 7 years, but I was going to take 10, 15 years off the end of my life, but my kids and my grandkids and my great-grandkids were going to be all set, I would do that in a heartbeat, and I don't know a parent that wouldn't.
I would do the same.
I know you would.
For my kids, absolutely.
Of course you would. Because you're setting up generational wealth for your kids.
And if you told me right now, hey,
Michael Irvin said it perfect. He goes, I wouldn't trade in anything. He goes, if I took 10 years off my life, 15 years off my life, for the millions of dollars I made, I ain't changing shit.
If you told me, like, you would get hit by a truck tomorrow, you would spend 3 to 4 years in a hospital, like bedridden. It'll take years off your life, but you'll get to enjoy some of the money. But you and your wife will be taken care of. Your kids will be taken care of, and your future grandchildren will be taken care of. I'll be like, I'd sign up tonight.
Sean,
I wouldn't think twice.
Most dads would die tomorrow if it meant that their family was going to be set.
That's military men.
Exactly. Right.
We have guys in our chat that'll put listening right now. They're like, I do that right now, and I don't get paid millions of dollars.
Exactly. But you law enforcement, firefighters, EMT,
yes,
like,
absolutely.
all those people that put themselves in harm's way at their job every day to put bread on the table for their families. Could you imagine if that $100,000 or $150,000 a year that they were making was, $150,000 a week?
My God, yeah.
Like a game check was $150,000. Oh, and you got $20 million to sign. Oh, and you're going to get another. You know what I mean? You're guaranteed $78 million over the next 3 years. Mm-hmm. Of course we would do it. We're men. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. We're providers. We are the hunter-gatherers. We are the ones, the alphas, that go out and we provide for our family, and we make sure that our bloodline stays intact and is able to be extended and extend our legacy, and that's what we do. You sacrifice so that the next generation doesn't have to. Correct. And then they'll sacrifice something so that next generation doesn't have to.
Correct.
And so on, and so the wheel turns. But that's like a no-brainer. So fuck off with this pussy shit about, I don't want my CTE and health, and I want to live a long life and be able to enjoy my money. Well, fucking enjoy it in your 40s and 50s, dickhead, because you're not going to make it to your 70s. Just understand that.
I'm cool.
You know what I mean?
That, yeah.
So, anyway, I'm going off on a rant now.
But this was a great topic about how the consumer once again gets screwed because greedy people in the NBA just fuck over the consumer again anyway.
Yep.
And how we shouldn't trust the game we're watching because as all the people go out there and tell us anyway, every week we're like, this seems suspicious. Usually your bullshit factor, more often than not, when we were younger, everyone has a bullshit factor. When you're growing up as a kid, we were very good bullshit detectors. Like your parents weren't telling the truth to you, you knew. something seemed off. And as we got older, obviously, we got better with lying, and we made our own lies and shit like that. But if something feels off to us, and you're seeing something in the game, like, this seems weird, like, these flags aren't coming, like, that flag shouldn't have happened there, it's probably because of something else happening behind the scenes that they're not telling us. That's not happening every time, but it's probably happening more than it should be happening, and they're not just putting it out there. Whether guys are faking injuries, there's money being laid in the line that we don't know about, or they're just rigging games.
Well,
this is all it's in.
Look, I mean, obviously, I got fucked on Sunday because, obviously the NFL didn't want me to have $258 because they took away Cortland Sutton's lone touchdown of the day that would have paid me out on my parlay.
Oh, yeah, screwed me over in my touchdown.
You know what I mean? Lamar Jackson clearly doesn't want me to have several $1,000s
Lamar Jackson
for picking my 10
asshole.
playoff teams because the only team that's not making the playoffs right now in my 10-team parlay to make the playoffs is Baltimore.
I don't think Lamar tries to come back this year. I think he just quit.
I honestly, we'll get into the Ravens in a minute, but you know how But my point is, Sean, and you're right, the trust is gone.
No trust.
And I already had little to no trust, but I put on a happy face because sports is my escape of reality a lot of times.
Absolutely.
I enjoy sports because it's fun. I've competed in them. I know what it's like to compete, and I know what it's like to compete when you don't have a referee who gives a flying fuck what team wins or not.
Yeah.
I also know what it's like to compete when the referee does give a flying fuck what team wins or not.
My son's on the other team.
Well, not even just that, but welcome to the wonderful world of paintball. I can tell you some shit, but I've been one of those referees that cared about what team won or not. And guess what I did? I called the game fair and square. You know why?
That's the right
Because
thing
it
to
was
do.
the right thing to fucking do. Because both teams paid money to be there. I'll never forget it. I got into a fight with – so we had this team back in the day when I used to work for Eastside Paintball. So I'll tell this story because it's local. So Marcio Silva, who owns Brazilian the jiu-jitsu place, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu place, was it X shit, I can't remember. It's over on Church Street.
Okay.
XL, XS, X,
I don't know what it's
XL,
called.
I think
Maybe.
it is, XCL. Why don't I just look it up? But he owns so he used to own Eastside Paintball, and I worked for him for his shop out in Dartmouth for a number of years. His team, I had a team that was sponsored by his shop. Great fucking guy. His wife was awesome. I think his son's like a cop now. Like I remember him when he was a little shit. Basically babysitting him. His daughter was hilarious. She was super cute. When she was a little baby, I used to take her around, like hold her, and like have her go to all the pictures on the wall and point and like ask who they were. And she was adorable as shit. Marcio and Carla were great. They were awesome to me. They gave me a job at their shop, and they let me live out my little dream of working in a paintball shop in high school when I was absolutely fucking obsessed with paintball. Carla used to make fun of me all the time. She'd be like, here's my imitation of Joey. He comes in, he grabs his gun off the wall. I fucking love this gun. I love this gun. This gun's so fucking awesome. And I would sit there and just play with guns, and she used to make fun of me all the time. It was fucking hilarious. They were great. Now, this has absolutely nothing to do with them personally.
Okay.
They have nothing about to say.
They're just great people.
Just great people, and they happen to own the shop. And so I worked for the shop. Marcio put on a tournament series, and he had out at his field in Dartmouth. And because I was an employee of the shop, and I didn't have a team for this particular tournament, I volunteered to referee it. I was a pretty good player at the time. I did a lot. I knew the game in and out, and I knew the players. So I volunteered to ref it because he needed refs, and they were short. I couldn't get a team together to put it in. It was, things were going tits up at the time for my team. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So here comes this team from called Formula. And this guy, if you're anything familiar with the local paintball scene, you know who Richie Blunt is. He's one of the best players in New England, probably one of the best players ever be produced out of this. Now, Richie and I are very young at the time. Richie he played for Team Formula. He was a front man. A couple weeks prior to this, him and I had a shouting match during a practice where we were nose to nose. Now, Richie was a little bit older than me. At the time, he was in much better shape than me. And he would have whipped my fucking ass 7 ways to Sunday. I was not always me as you know me now.
Yes.
I would have gotten my fucking ass dragged by this guy. 17-year-old me doesn't know this. Or just as much didn't care. We end up in a shouting match, and we're like about to come to blows, which would have ended poorly for me. Thank God somebody got in the middle of it, whatever. I think it was actually Macio's brother-in-law that jumped in and save me from myself, if you will.
Okay.
And an ass beating from Richie. Fast forward to the next week, the tournament is being held at Marcio's Field. Formula comes down to play. Richie is on this team. They're playing my buddies from, at the time they were called Team Wildsides, my buddy Dave and Buckley and Junior and Pops and Carson. Good guys. They were part of my, going to be part of the 10-man team that we were putting together. Anyway, long story short.
Okay.
They're good friends of mine. They're playing Formula. Not good friends of mine. In fact, they were kind of rivals. I liked them and I respected them as players because they were really good, but they weren't my boys. Dave gets shot in the face, or at least it looks like he gets shot in the face on one of the things. I send a kid over. Now I'm laying down, belly down in the middle of the field, paint's flying over me, and I'm watching the field trying to referee it as best I can. I don't know if Dave wiped the hit or not. I send somebody over to check Dave because I'm pretty sure he got hit. I send somebody over to check him. The hit's not, he comes out, he goes clean. Okay. I won't say who the ref was, but he called him clean. Now, after the game, I go over and I look. It's quite evident Dave got shot. Wildside had won the game. Dave had a hit on him, or at least had a hit on him. It got missed, whatever. Richie and I are, not beefing, but we're talking. Richie's bitching to me about the call. I'm like, Richie, listen. I said, I sent somebody over to check him. I thought I saw him get hit. I was watching something else. I sent somebody over to check him. He called him clean. I said, I don't give a shit who wins. I said, if there's one thing that I care about, it's the integrity of this tournament because it was a new and up-and-coming series, and I wanted it to be good.
Yeah.
I wanted people to leave with a positive attitude and say, you know what? It was well-run. It was well-reffed. No bullshit, all this stuff. I gave a fuck about Marcio's brand and his company, if you will, that I went above and beyond to make sure that to
make sure it was fair.
To make sure it was fair and nobody had.
Gotcha.
Richie and I kind of had a heart-to-heart on the field that day. I said, Richie, I know you and I have had our beef. I said, if you shoot somebody, I'm pulling them. I said, if I see something, questionable on you, I'm not gonna come down on you because, oh, fuck you, I don't like you.
Yeah.
I said, I will, when that whistle blows and this game starts, I'm calling it exactly how I see it. It's the only way I know how to do it. I said, I'm not good enough to start playing favorites and pulling this shit. So I had an incident with a guy, and it was a finals game. Like, it was a big game. It was in the playoffs of that tournament. It was in the semis, I believe it was. And it kind of cost Formula the tournament, that particular game. Now, if Dave had been pulled, I can tell you right now, Formula probably runs that field and wins that game. The kid who I sent over to check him, either Dave got rid of the hit and did a really good job of selling the kid on it was from the last game, whatever he said. But I said, I did what I could. I said, without me getting up and running all the way over there and taking myself out of a position to see something else that could have been, more important at the time. I said, I did what I could. And Richie looked at me and goes, all right, I respect it. And from that day forward, we were cool.
Yep.
And I didn't see him for 20 years. I ran into him up at P&L a couple months ago. Anyway, my point is, I've been in a position where I cared. Like, I wanted Wildside to win that game. I wanted my boys to win that game and beat Formula.
Mm-hmm.
I was not going to shift. I was not going to affect the outcome of that game, even though I was in a prime position to do so.
Right.
And it would have benefited me and all my friends to do it.
Right.
I still wouldn't do it. It's called integrity, and I had it in that particular moment. I mean, I obviously have it, but I had it in that moment. I've been on, so I've seen what happens when, in paintball, when the refs want, the team that's, the guys that are reffing are friends with the guys on the other team. I've been on the receiving end of it, where I'm like, I know I shot that guy, and the ref goes over and wipes it off for him. It happens. It is what it is. You get to the NBA, the NFL, all this stuff, it gets to it's obviously a much bigger level, much more money, more everything. Everything is 1,000 times bigger than anything I've ever done or seen. But the point still stands. How many times have we sat there and said, it's really hard to go into Gillette and beat the Patriots. It's impossible to go into Gillette and beat the Patriots and the refs. And now It's like you're sitting here looking, going, we used to say that shit like kind of tongue-in-cheek. Not really, but we said it tongue-in-cheek because you couldn't prove it. Now we're sitting here going,
Same thing can be said about the Chiefs It's hard to beat the Chiefs and
The last
and
7
Arrowhead.
years, the Chiefs have been.
Same thing.
I mean, and it's so funny to me how everybody in the NFL was like so reluctant to call out the Patriots, but then as soon as it starts happening to the Chiefs, it's like they're like, "Fuck them." You know, I'm like, where was all this energy when Tom Brady was getting these calls? You know, and maybe it's just because I live around here, and all of a sudden now, like, the shoe's on the other foot for all these New England fans.
That's why.
And everybody in New England was like, I don't know, it looked like a good call to me. Like, yeah,
Wait.
of course it looked like a good call to you when you're fucking favorite, you dick.
Imagine.
But
if,
then all of a sudden it goes for the Chiefs and it fucks you. Now all of a sudden you're like, whoa.
Wait.
Motherfucker, I can point out 15 fucking examples of that same shit happening in Gillette that you were like,
Joey,
like a good call to me.
I'm calling it right now. October 27th, 28th, whatever today's date is. Patriots and Chiefs will meet in the playoffs. I don't know how. Division
As
round.
of right now, you guys would be on the road. You guys would be hosting the Chiefs
Yeah.
in the playoff game.
Let's say that matchup spawns, right? This area will lose its fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a call goes to Patrick Mahomes and
you
not
know it's gonna.
and not in Drake May's favor, you will see the rabid fan base come back of, this is fucking bullshit.
Yep. 100%. And you know what? They'll probably be right. But you know how bad I'll feel for them?
No, not at all.
0.
But you know what? I'll enjoy that part of it because I'll be pissed that we lose the game because I don't think we can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I just don't think that's going to happen. But
No, I don't either.
I'm happy we're at that point where that's a legit possibility, and we're just here early. That's all I'm excited about.
So right here, I'll put it up on the screen. So good transition. So we'll get off the NBA and the rigging thing. We'll get into some NFL shit because that's where the straw that stirs the drink. We'll talk about the World Series as we roll along as well.
Oh my God, World Series, 18 innings. Get the fuck out of here.
I watched almost all 6 hours and 39 minutes of that game yesterday.
You're a psychopath. You need help.
Absolutely fucking loved it. I was up until 3:30 this morning watching that game.
You have an illness.
It was
I can't.
it was unbelievably good. And
I
then to
think-
watch Freddie Freeman walk it off like that was just
11th inning. I was like, I
unbelievable.
can't do this. I said I can't do this. I'm leaving. Like I have to go to bed.
I mean, I know a lot of. I think my cousin said he made it to like the 13th or the 14th, and he's like,
What was
"Dude,"
that? 1 a.m.
He's like 5:15 comes fast, bro. He's
No
like, I
shit.
couldn't make
He's
it.
up at fucking 1 a.m. still watching it.
Yeah, and he was like, I had to go.
Imagine
to bed.
imagine if he set up the whole thing. He's up to like what 3 something in the morning, and he's like, I can't believe I'm still watching
Yeah,
this
I
game.
went to bed at 3:30, and I went to bed right after the game was over. It was 3 a.m. and I'm watching this game.
Your
and
wife
I'm
is your wife's
wow.
like, why'd you come to bed so late? And you're like, oh, the game just ended. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about?
So, well, you figure 18 innings is 2 baseball games.
It's 2 full baseball
Two full
games.
baseball games because they got to the bottom of the 18th.
Who was even pitching at the end of that game? I did not look.
Was it Klein for the Dodgers?
No idea.
He was so the Dodgers were out of pitchers. They were
Yes.
going to have to go to position players to throw
Yes.
at that point. At the game continued. So I believe the Blue Jays were going to too. Like I think they were both completely out
Who
of
was
pitchers.
that little boy that ran out to the mound and was like taking dirt out of Klein's like shoe? And Klein was like laughing about it.
Oh, was this? He had shit. They have he's like a bat
pick.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got a little scrape for the.
I
cleats.
thought it was a 12-year-old until I saw a full Fu Manchu, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That's a man!"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god!"
He's a little man, but he's a man. No, but it was a great game. But we'll get into that in a few minutes. But Sean, right now, so let's get into your Patriots. Because obviously,
Man,
you guys have been, beating
Wagon.
up on all
as
these,
you should.
these. You listen.
There was one player that beat us on Sunday. One.
The Patriots are doing what good teams do to bad teams,
What they should be doing.
and what they should be doing.
Just stomping a mud hole dry.
And also, I want to note that when the Broncos did the same thing to these same caliber teams last year, everybody was like, "Oh, they fucking suck. They're trash. Fuck you."
But I don't understand what you're supposed to do in these situations because when fans do that for any team, it's like, so do you want these games to be close?
Well, look at it realistically, right? So I got into an argument with one of our longtime listeners the other day when he he said the Patriots are the second best team in the AFC.
Crazy.
I said 4th or 5th at best.
I would say I could make an argument for 3rd, but that would be me really playing devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I would say fourth, fifth, the least fifth.
I mean, say what you want about the Colts.
Chiefs, Bills, definitely
But
1, 2.
the Colts I could see as like a question.
Colts are 3 for me.
The Chiefs, the Bills, the Broncos are your top 3 right now.
Well, I would put Broncos 4, and the only reason why I'm putting Broncos 4 is because I don't have the trust. Well, I could flip-flop the Broncos and Colts. I can actually put the Broncos because I like Broncos' defense better than I like the Colts. The Colts have no fucking defense. The Colts, I think, are relying too much on Jonathan Taylor playing out of his mind right now, and I think that when is the pumpkin? When is the
chariot
carriage
turn back into a pumpkin?
Yeah,
when does the clock strike midnight?
Exactly, for
Yeah.
Indiana Jones over there.
I said that to my dad
Yeah.
today, and I said,
Wow, okay.
I said, I think the clock is going to strike midnight, and that chariot's going to turn back into a pumpkin at some point. But they're already to 7-1 through 8 games.
I know. But how
They've
many
already
times
got 7 wins. Even if they go sub 500 for
they'll
the rest
make
of the
the
year,
playoffs?
they're still going to win 11 games.
Yes, they will.
So, I mean, listen, I'm having a tough time with the Colts because I'm like, my eyes tell me they're an outstanding offense. But my brain is telling me
The defense is
this
ass.
isn't sustainable. How is this even happening? That's Danny Dimes over there. And again, I did pick Daniel Jones to be comeback player of the year this year.
He's probably going to be done comeback player of the year.
I don't see how he's not at this point. I mean, he's got the Colts to a 7-1 fucking start.
Yes.
And if it's not for what's his name, their receiver dropping the ball at the goal line, they're undefeated right now.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they got a bailout call against the Broncos, and the same could be said for Denver. Denver could very well be 8-0 right now as well, but neither here nor there. I'm not going to go tit for tat with it. Denver's resume is much better than Indianapolis's at this point, in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there. You can only your resume you don't dictate your resume. You can only do what you can with the wins and the losses, right?
R.J. Harvey showed up this week.
Which R.J. Harvey showed up in a big way this week. I mean, granted, again, but Dallas's defense ass I was more impressed with Denver's defense shutting out basically George Kittle and George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and turning over Dak Prescott twice and holding him to a pretty pedestrian game.
Then defense always matters more as the games get colder, as you get in the playoffs. It's always
Defense
a defense
wins, baby.
Which is why I think the Colts start sliding. The Patriots' defense is getting better. And I like at the end of the games, I know we started with the Patriots, but at the end of the games, Mike Vrabel's he talks at the end of the game.
Yeah.
End of the game, they said, hey, the Cleveland Browns started off hot. And Mike Vrabel was quick to shoot that down. He goes, they came out with their scripted play. He goes, they scored their scripted play, and he goes, after that, we knew they had nothing. They couldn't score again.
Yeah.
And he was very honest about it. And he was like, we knew they had nothing.
And you love to see that
Yeah.
as a fan. You love to see that, and you love to hear it. And it's a stark contrast to what you've had for 20 years. Granted,
yes.
I'll take a coach that says nothing in a post-game presser and wins me 6 Super Bowls over a coach that says everything and wins me 1. But that's just me.
Same.
I care about the end result, the end of the season.
Let's see the end result still. I would hopefully.
Yeah, I'll hear all about it in your tell-all book in 20 years. Right?
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? But the Patriots, so the AFC, I had, again, a regular listener of our show was telling me that they were the second best team in the AFC. I said, no, they're not. I said, I'll take the Broncos, the Colts, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Bills over the Patriots right now.
Still think Chargers are full
And I
gold.
said, I think the Chargers and the Patriots are kind of actually equal. I think they're pretty even in terms of their head coaches. Harbaugh's gotten to a Super Bowl,
Similar.
but he's never won one. Vrabel, I think can surpass Harbaugh eventually.
I think
But
Vrabel
you-
can get to a Super Bowl.
but
I don't
you
know
can't-
if he can win one.
You can't take away the fact that Harbaugh has won everywhere he's gone.
True.
He's turned.
He's been successful.
He's been successful everywhere he's gone. As much as I don't like him, and I think he's going to grind the Chargers into the ground and then leave and go back to college like he did the last time with San Francisco.
Yep.
But that's another conversation for another day. But I think the Chargers are kind of on that. I think when you look at the teams that are on the Patriots level right now, because the Patriots right now, when push comes to shove, do I think that they're going to beat Buffalo again this year? No. I think if
Maybe.
I think
They're
they'll
home.
I think they'll lose to Buffalo at home. Buffalo is finding themselves now. Now, not to say Buffalo's roster is not flawed. It is. We talked about their defense coming into the year being very shaky and basically a paper tiger.
Right.
We're kind of being proven right in a lot of ways with that. They still have Josh Allen. Okay, there's that. Now, Buffalo, we're kind of giving a pass because of past success. So we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're probably better than what they've played the last couple of weeks. You know, in a couple of these losses, whether it would be to Atlanta or New England, we know, okay, those are kind of fluky. Like they were probably caught napping. So they're probably better than what they are. Kansas City, we knew, despite the 0-2 start, we were like, great, that's awesome because it gives everybody else a head start.
Yeah.
Don't rest on don't sit on your hands. They're coming.
Yep, and they just got Ray Rice back. Oh my God, Rashee Rice,
Ray
Rice.
He may as well be Ray Rice Jr.
It's Ray Rice's cousin.
It's Ray Rice's cousin. But the Chiefs are coming back. They're going to be fine. You know,
Mahomes number 1 in the league, most passing yards.
That's fine. I don't care about that.
But you know what I mean? I just like he's.
But did anybody think Mahomes just fell off the face of the earth?
Yes. Remember?
I didn't.
Remember that stupid statistic PFF, our 16th ranked quarterback.
Yeah. Pro Football Focus is a joke, and they should never be taken as anything but.
I know.
But, you know, like we always say, you have these bug men who have never played football at any level, but they desperately want to be involved with football. So they start companies like Pro Football Focus, and they use baseball analytics to try to break down football, and it doesn't work that way.
They said Mahomes is mid. That's what they said for this season. Mahomes is like, oh, yeah, fuck you. Well, we said it like Kermit. Oh, yeah, fuck you.
All right, fuck you. Kermit the Frog here.
Let's go show him, Kelsey.
Let's go, Kelsey. I know you're old and you got a girlfriend, but, you know.
Hey, how's Taylor Swift doing? Tell her I said hi.
Can you maybe write me a song? It's about fuck PFF.
Why do birds suddenly appear?
Why are we so good at this? But so my point is this: like the Patriots roster, when we looked at them coming into this year, I said Josh McDaniels is going to be a huge benefit to Drake May.
Massive.
You know where I stood on Drake May before he was drafted.
Correct.
And before I even knew where he was going.
Correct.
You know how I felt about Drake May.
Correct.
I can't take that back because he plays for the Patriots as much as I want to. And I want to hate him now. How many times have I sat here and told people Drake May is good? And people have told me, yeah, okay, bro, he sucks. He's ass, bro. He's ass. He's ass. All last year, he was ass.
The people that were already out on Drake May even before the season.
They lost to the Raiders in opening day. Drake May is ass.
Yep, they're like,
and
oh,
I'm like, calm
done.
down. I said, this is a loss I didn't have on my
him.
roster.
He's not him.
But, you know, I said, it'll get better. Don't worry. Now the same people that were telling me Drake May is ass after the week 1 loss to the Raiders are telling me Drake May should be MVP. I'm like, okay, calm down.
He might not lose a game.
Calm down. Right. Yeah, they could go 15-2. Yeah, I'm like, you know, settle your tits.
But then the best part,
they're still going to drop a game to the Dolphins or the Jets or somebody stupid.
I know.
They're still going to drop a game. You know, they actually do have, I think, a couple of tough games coming up in the second half of the second half of the season.
They do. They have Bucks, Ravens, Bengals, and they have Buffalo.
Bucks, Ravens, Bengals. Bengals, who knows what you're going to get out of them.
Joe Flacco is working well with that offense.
Bengals, that offense can exploit some people. Now, I know they lost to the Jets on Sunday because their defense is terrible, but, you know, that can happen. That being said, then all of a sudden the Jets are, you know, after Woody Johnson comes out and just basically fucking puts everything on Justin Fields.
Yeah.
They go out and score 39 points against the Bengals, and Justin Fields looks like an all-pro. And, you know, like he's like basically like, yeah, well, I mean, if we had anybody but a fucking dumb fuck at quarterback who could complete a forward pass, we'd probably have 4 or 5 wins right now. And then they go out and they finally win a game. You know, and you know that locker room is rallying around Justin Fields, and you know what that's like, Sean. We've seen it happen.
Yep.
That becomes contagious, becomes a problem. Not to say the Patriots aren't a better team than the Jets, but you're probably going to lose one. Miami all of a sudden gets a little bit of swag in their building with a win.
That's probably the only win they'll have the rest of the year.
It might very well be because I don't. Again, but you know what'll happen? They'll fire Mike McDaniel. The interim head coach will come in the week they're playing the Patriots, and then they'll get a surprise fucking win on a Monday night. You know what I mean? We'll be like, what?
Who was that blind guy they had that died? Remember that fat little coach who always had sunglasses because he had like vision problems and he wore
Tony
a hat?
Sperano?
Was that it?
No, I don't know.
Wasn't he head coach for a while?
Yeah.
For Miami, then he went to Oakland?
Sperano.
I'm pretty sure, wasn't it Sperano? And he was like interim coach for Miami. He did pretty well for them.
He was like the head coach there for a while.
Yeah, but I thought he became interim, then he became head coach. They also had Dan Campbell, which they jettisoned after.
Died in 2018. Tony
but-
Sperano did.
Yeah, but wasn't he the Dolphins coach for a while?
Yeah. He was, let's see, he coached for, head coach, he was Miami, then he went to the Jets as the OC, and then he coached the Raiders for 1 year in 2014. He was the head coach of the Raiders. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, glad I could figure that out for you.
But they also had Dan Campbell. Like Miami tends to do that where they fire their coach and then the interim guy comes in and does pretty well. And then has success later.
And then the interim guy goes elsewhere and it's
does
like,
better.
oh, you know what I'm not going to do? Stick around in this fuck show. I'm out of here.
Yeah, Brian Flores, but his next go around he'll be fine.
B-Flow is probably going to be the next Mike Tomlin. Realistic.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
he's
not because
overdue.
he's black, but because he's good at what he does. Defensive-minded players kind of coach. Like, no, it's nothing to do with his skin color, you racist piece of shit.
no
Smart
smart defensive coach, asks a lot
players
from his players,
coach.
respected.
But he's well respected, and he loves. He goes all in for his players. He's a player.
The owner says we need you to tank, and he's like, no,
Absolutely
and they're like,
not.
Fuck you.
Yep.
You're out of here.
So what I'm getting at with the Patriots is this. All right, you and I were probably two of the only people on earth that picked the Patriots to win 10+ games this year. You had 11. I think I had 10 on the nose.
I think you said exactly 10, but I said definitely 11.
And I said, you know, they could win one more, they could win one less. I said, but you give me that over under a 9.5, I'm hammering that over all day. And it wasn't because I thought the Patriots were a great team. It's not because I thought that they had a complete roster, that they were, oh, yeah, they're going to run the ball, they're going to move the ball. Drake May is going to come into his own under Josh McDaniels. I did think you would see development and you would see improvement, with the coaching staff from a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think they're a year, maybe two away from truly being like a real contender when you talk about, the likes of Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, those teams that are up there right now. Could we see those teams replaced by, I don't know, Denver, New England, and fucking Indianapolis?
Sure,
maybe.
possible.
Very, very well, very possibly. But I still think that's a year or two away. But the reason why I picked the Patriots to win over 9.5 games and at least 10 was because when I looked at their schedule, I didn't see more than 6 or 7 losses on it.
No.
It was really hard for me to conjure up a lot of scenarios, barring injury, of course, where they lost, more than 8 or 9 games. I just couldn't do it. I'm looking at the teams they have to play. The Saints are fucking trash. The Titans are trash. The Jets are trash. The Dolphins, trash. The Bengals, ass. And these are teams that they haven't even played yet.
Terrible teams.
So
bottom feeders.
They're playing right now. They're playing a bunch of teams that suck dick. And they're beating those teams. And they're beating them handily. They're putting up relatively crooked numbers. And that's what you want to see. But don't sit here and tell me that going out and whooping the Browns and the Saints' ass in back-to-back weeks is somehow now putting the Patriots in talks of with Kansas City and Baltimore and Buffalo and Denver. No. They're still a notch below those teams. They haven't proven anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that this year that there's not much they can do to prove it. If they sweep the Bills, beat the Bucks, beat the remaining 2 good teams they have left on their schedule.
If the Patriots get to 12, if the Patriots get to 12 or 13 wins, will that be impressive?
Then that's very impressive. Anytime you get to 12 wins, I think by default you have to be considered an above average team.
12 wins in this 12 wins in the 16 game season was that oh shit, that's a real team. Now I feel it has to be 13 in the 17 game season.
I still think 12 is good because you have to factor in you're probably going to have a fucking international game. You got some game against a random opponent. You got a Thursday night short week game. There's a lot of factors that come in. There's at least one more throwaway game in there where it used to be oh shit. No, you got to get to 12 because then you get to 12 wins, you're at least you're hosting a playoff game. You win the division. 12 wins is likely going to win you the division and get you a home playoff game. And then whatever happens after that, you deal with it then. But that was the rule of thumb, right? Go undefeated at home, 500 on the road, and you'll be hosting a playoff game in January. And then the chips will fall where they may. But now, 12-5, that's still 11-5 in the old on the old numbers if you take away the win, or it's 12-4 if you take away the loss. I mean, however you want to dice it.
Man, I think they win six of the next 9 games.
I don't listen. I know what we're saying. Like, it's easy
I
to sit
know.
here and look at it now.
I know.
And say that, but damn well, Sean, they're going to drop a game that we don't see coming.
It's possible.
It happens to every team. Every team does it. The only team that didn't do it in the regular season was the 2007 Patriots, and then they dropped the last game of the year.
Thank you.
If in case you needed a reminder.
Yeah, thanks for
in
that.
dramatic fashion.
I still can't watch that game.
I watch it all the time. Every time it's on, I watch it. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York. Those words will be etched in my brain and Joe Buck's voice for all of eternity.
I'll never understand why they put
Like,
that.
they should just take that call and hang it in the Louvre.
They put the midget Ellis Hobbs against them.
EH3, baby. That was, what's his name's boy?
I loved Ellis Hobbs. He was a nice guy.
Who's the guy? What was, fuck off. What was his name on EI that did the shows with Ned Flanders there? Dale. Was it Dale and
Holly?
Hawley? Michael Hawley.
Well, Michael Hawley probably did love Ellis Hobbs.
He was a big EH3 guy. I don't know why, but he loved him.
He was a huge special teamer, too. He was the guy that always
Yeah.
did ran back.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember EH3 very well. You good player. I mean, he wasn't bad. He just terrible miss. That was just terrible
He was
matchup.
5'9".
Yeah. I mean, you're putting him on 6'4" Plaxico Burris, like, at the worst possible time. But anyway, nonetheless, the Patriots are going to drop one of those games at some point. And you know what? Maybe they win one that we don't see them winning, whether it be the second game against Buffalo at home, or they beat Tampa, or whatever it might be. Like you said though, their schedule, it's hard to, like, if you're just looking at it right now in a vacuum, they should beat every team left on their schedule and finish the season with 2 losses.
That would be insane.
They should, because they're probably better than all of the teams outside of Buffalo and Tampa. You know what I mean? They're better than all the teams they have left.
Ravens.
Well, we don't know if Lamar's healthy or not. If Lamar's not healthy, then are we really worried about fucking?
No, we don't know.
Huntley.
No, we don't know what the fuck we're gonna get with that team because that team's hit or miss. And then even
and
sometimes
their defense isn't very good. Their defense is actually pretty bad.
No, their defense is very porous. They just let everybody just run through them.
Yeah, they're terrible. So you've got problems there. But right now, and if the season were to end today, currently,
the second seed,
the Patriots would be the 2 seed. They'd be hosting the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's a tough game.
In Gillette, wild card weekend.
That's a loss for us right
Denver
there.
would be hosting the Chargers, and the Bills would be on the road at the Steelers. I'm going Kansas City, Denver, Buffalo to win those 3 games right there. If this season ended right now.
Unfortunately, I'm going the same.
I think Kansas City would come in and put an absolute whipping on the Patriots.
I think the Patriots would keep it within 10 points, like a score and a half.
I think it would be worse than that, because even when Vrabel was the head coach of the Titans and they matched up against the Chiefs in that one playoff game that they had, remember that? It was like it was close for like half a minute, and Marcus Mariota almost pulled it off, and then they got fucked.
But hey, this time, Drake May.
Listen, you know how I feel about Drake May. I can't take it back.
I just like when people just say Drake May. That's it. I just repost things and just put Drake May.
I mean, I saw a guy at the doctor's office today with a Vrabel May 25 T-shirt,
Oh, I gotta get it.
Hoodie, and I'm like, where the fuck were y'all last year? Like, I was sitting here telling y'all last year. Again, me. How is it? I am the fucking voice of reason in New England for all you fucking
people. Mac
fans.
and Mayo last year.
Yeah, they're like, I'm like, no, Drake May's the truth. Fuck him. He sucks. He holds on to the ball too long. He sucks. Fuck him. Blah 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 blah. Whatever.
Suck my balls.
Yeah, we need a wide receiver. 3. We got no skill position players. Like, no, you don't. You have a good quarterback. Fuck him. He's terrible. No, he's not.
Terrible.
He's just, you got a terrible situation right now, and luckily the Crafts were able to realize it and rip the Band-Aid off before it was too late. And fix it. But I think the Patriots right now, to me, they're the 4th or 5th best team in the AFC at best. And that's not including teams that could get hot. Like, if all of a sudden Baltimore gets Lamar back and goes on a run, like, are we really going to sit here and pretend like the Patriots are better than the Ravens? Like, I don't think. defensively they should be. But if I'm New England, I don't want to see Kansas City or Baltimore or Buffalo in my building for Wild Card Weekend. That would suck. That would be fucking terrible. That'd be like, no, fuck, that's the worst case scenario.
Big time.
You know, it was like last year when we had to go on the road, Denver had to go on the road to Buffalo. I was like, fuck off. Like, why couldn't we just not go to Buffalo? We could have gone anywhere else and probably had decent success. Instead, we go to Buffalo and we get, they just grind the ball down on us and we just can't do anything about it. And that just sucked. But it is what it is. But the reason why I say this, Sean, and this is what pisses me off, is like, so you got all these people talking about, like, now all of a sudden it's Drake May for MVP. Like, no, you don't get to beat up on bad teams and have just decent numbers. Like, I mean, when you look at his numbers on the year, they're not anything, like, alarmingly good.
He's efficient is the thing. He's like at what 70.
Now all of a sudden we care about efficiency.
No.
Funny how that fucking works.
No. What they're specifically talking about, because I never mentioned Drake. I jokingly say Drake May should get the MVP because I'm being a fucking psychopath right now for how much I'm in love with the kid. He should not win MVP. Right? I mean, Jonathan Taylor's playing out of his mind. Jonathan Taylor has almost 15 touchdowns by himself. That's more than Saquon had, like, in total of last year, and everyone was talking about him for MVP last year.
Yep.
I mean, you have, you still have Mahomes, you still have Justin Herbert, you still have, guys that you could easily make the case. Fuck, you can make the case for Daniel Jones to be MVP. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, there's still plenty of cases you can make for guys to be legitimate MVP over Drake May, to be completely honest with you. But the only case they're making for Drake May is they're showing the Dan Marino, Patrick Mahomes statistic of guys that were so extremely efficient that they had almost an 80% completion percentage. They had over 4,000 yards, and that's what they're showing.
It's they're doing they're cherry picking the stats.
But they also showed they said something on whether it was EI or NESN. They were like something about M's. They said Dan Marino, Patrick Mahomes, Drake May. These guys, it's like, oh, it's all guys with the M, like a conspiracy theorist kind of thing.
Cool. Yeah, that's cute. Don't give a fuck. Now, the bottom line is this: I would love to sit here and say, yeah, okay, I was right about Drake May. And I do believe at some point Drake May is going to be in serious consideration for an MVP award. I do think he's that good.
I think we need better players around him too.
Again, I think they're a year or two off.
Yeah.
But when you look at their resume, right now, okay, they lose to the Raiders. They beat the Dolphins barely. They lose to the Raiders, beat the Dolphins by 6 in a game that you're like, but they do, put up 33. Then you lose to the Steelers at home, and then you go on a run. Now, your run consisted of the Carolina Panthers, okay,
right.
Not a good team. Better, but not good. Buffalo, okay, good win. New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland. Like, New Orleans, Tennessee, Cleveland are your last 3 wins.
Those are juggernauts, though.
You've got New Orleans at 1-7, Tennessee at 1-7, and Cleveland at 2-6.
Those are together. That's 4 wins.
They have 4 whole wins between the 3 of them.
How many losses?
20. 14.
That's 20.
And 20. So they're 4-20. and people are sitting here trying to tell me Drake May MVP, Patriots are the second best team. No, that's not true. Again, you can only beat who's on your schedule. I get that.
Give me Jeffrey Simmons.
He's not going anywhere. The Titans came out and said, absolutely not. I think the only 2 people that they're like, we're not moving were Simmons and Cam Ward. They were like, yeah, no.
I'll take the defensive end there from them. What's his name? Arden Key or something like that?
Arden Key, he's one of them. But I don't think.
I'll take Key if he's available.
I think, well, the problem is with the Titans is like, you don't trade away all your young talent that's coming up.
Yeah, but they're stupid. They fired their coach after 4 games.
I know they are. Never underestimate the dumbassness of fucking poor teams.
They drafted Will Levis and they gave him a year and a half, and they're like, prove it.
But you guys get the Falcons at home this week, which you don't know what you're getting with that Falcons team. So that should be a win. At Tampa is going to be a tough game.
I gave Tampa a loss. I said they'd lose Tampa.
The Jets at home should be a win.
Yep.
At the Bengals should be a win.
Yep.
The New York Giants on Monday night.
They just lost Scatterboo.
They lost Scatterboo for the year, but you never know with Jackson Dart.
No, he sucks.
I like Jackson Dart. I think he's
no,
fucking
you like
good.
his cockiness.
I think he's awesome.
He goes out there. He's doing like fucking dabs and shit. He's by himself at this point. He's gonna be dead.
Without Scadaboo and Neighbors, that's a tough call.
Neighbors.
Then they finished the season with a kind of a tough run here with Buffalo at home, at Baltimore, at the Jets, which I know we don't think much of the Jets, but at
You're
the
going
Jets
to New York,
late
yeah.
in the season could be like that's one of those games, and then the Dolphins to close it out. Like,
Buffalo Ravens scare me.
yeah, but you get 3 divisional games to close out the year. Again, I think the Patriots are. I don't think they're going to win the division. I still think Buffalo's going to come back and find a way to win this division.
Unless Buffalo shoots himself in the foot.
Listen, anything is possible, but I feel like Buffalo is the better team.
Maybe Sean McDermott will put him through 9/11 training again.
They're right. They're a stronger team. They're more seasoned. They've been here before. They know what it's going to take. So I think New England's going to be ultimately second. I think they'll be a wild card team and second in the division.
I can't get over that the players were just like, yo, he's praising the terrorists for and he showed them training, like terrorist training in Afghanistan. He's like, look at how hard these men train. It's like, what? They're training on like mud and jungle gym.
Right? It's like the Shane Gillis skit. You know, they're doing monkey bars. You can hear the excitement when they hit something. It's crazy.
But no, that made me laugh so much because that was, of course, all this comes out right after Buffalo loses like to the Chiefs in the playoffs, and like the Buffalo fans have just continuously just been beaten by the Chiefs nonstop. So then I go into like my crazy troll mode and I pretend to be a Buffalo fan, and I'm just like,
oh damn! Toronto's blowing the doors off of this one. 6-1, top of the 8th.
wow. So it's gonna be 2-2.
It's gonna be 2-2.
You know what? I forgot about. Kayla has family in Toronto, and they've been going to these games. And I'm like, we just met them on Saturday, and they were like, oh, we've been going to the games. And I'm like, holy shit! I forgot you guys are from Toronto. Kayla's
awesome.
like, Kayla's cousin married into a family from Toronto.
I was hesitant on who to pick tonight. I picked the Dodgers because I said, well, you know, both bullpens are exhausted.
They're dead.
It's going to be kind of one of those weird games. Give me the better offense.
Yeah.
And 1 through 9, the Dodgers are. I mean, they're just stacked.
It's cheating.
But kind of in a way. But anyway, back to the Patriots. I just don't think that. I think we got to blow it up a little bit, pump the brakes with the Patriots being, you know, the best team in the AFC or the second best team, and Drake May for MVP.
They're good.
They're a good team. They're a nice team. They're a team that you're probably. But are you going to be afraid if you have to if you have to play New England wild card weekend? Are you like, oh God, I don't want to see them? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like, if you're Kansas City and you have to go on the road to play the New England Patriots wild card weekend, are you upset about that?
No.
Now, if you have to go on the road to play Denver, probably not happy about that.
Not in Denver at that defense.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about so even if the Baltimore Ravens come to town on wild card weekend, you're going to be a lot more apprehensive about having to hold that team down than you are if Drake May and the Patriots come to town. They don't strike fear into anybody. They're not a complete team yet, and I think that's what people are losing sight of because they've beat up on 3 bad teams in a row, and that's fine. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what we picked them to do because we know Vrabel's a good coach, and Josh McDaniels is going to get that offense right, and Drake May is the truth, and we get that. We understood that on this show long before it feels like anybody fucking else did because nobody else was picking the Patriots to do what they're doing right now. We were. You and I sat here and said that. We 100% told you guys that this was what was going to happen with the Patriots.
Yep.
So when people sit here and try and tell me the Patriots are better than what they are, I'm like, no. They're exactly what I expected them to be.
Yeah, I was so bullish in this team at the beginning of the season. I was like, yeah, I'm buying in. They were like over 9 games, and I was like, yes.
I was the same way with the Broncos last year. I bet I won money on it. I won almost $1,000. I won $1,000 with the Broncos winning 10 games last year. That's $100 a win for those that are keeping track at home. 774-992-8702 is the number. If you want to give us a call, give us your thoughts on the Patriots.
All right. Small NBA note. I guess Giannis. I know. Sorry. Giannis did not dribble from half court all the way to a layup and was not called was not called for a travel, and the fans lost their mind in the stadium. They were just screaming. They're like traveling, and everybody's like, nah.
I mean, what are you supposed to say at this point? You know what I mean? Like, you see something like that, and even though it might technically, by the rules, not be a travel, because there is a way with Euro steps, pivot foots.
From half court?
Yeah. I saw a guy actually demonstrate it. He goes, you might not like it, but according to the NBA rules, this is not a travel. And he doesn't put the ball on the floor once from basically half court to a layup. And I'm like, it's not a travel.
One dribble, and then he's just going to carry it like it's a football. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, yeah. No, that's definitely a travel. There was no Euro step in there. There was no
He even
pivot
stutter stepped.
That is that's heinous. Like, what? But again, you see something like that, you see the refs not make the call. How are you supposed to even sit here and think the NBA is serious? Basketball is not a serious sport. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not a serious sport. The athletes are serious. They're some of the best in the world. But it's your game, your whole league is a sham. Your whole sport is a sham. All you are is a conduit for money for mafia families to fucking milk and Vegas to milk. That's all you are.
Immediately, I go to the quote retweets. It's the LeBron James bringing the people tagging the FBI.
Send me that on Twitter or whatever. Send me the link to that. But to kind of wrap this whole like Drake May thing up, MVP thing up.
Jesus.
I see, people like the talking head shows.
Yeah.
Where, the idiots like Nick Wright and Nate Burleson and, fucking what's his name that's on Monday Night Countdown, who I can't fucking stand anymore. They're all sitting there talking about like, oh, if you had to redraft the quarterbacks from the 2024 draft, who would you take first? And it's like Jaden Daniels, Drake May. Those are the only two options. Meanwhile, you look at the numbers, Sean. Okay,
you put the stat. Okay,
most total touchdowns among quarterbacks from the 2024 draft class. Bo Nix is far and away the best. Far and away, like it's not even close. He's got 52 total touchdowns. Jaden Daniels is second with 40, May with 34, and Caleb Williams with 31. Listen,
Caleb Williams unfairly has played like 2 full seasons though, so fuck that. That's bullshit.
Well, they've all played the same amount of games.
No, Drake hasn't played for 2 full seasons, and neither has Jaden. Jaden hasn't played 2. Jaden's been hurt.
Well, Jaden was hurt for 2 games last year.
And he's hurt for like 2 or 3 games this year.
He's already hurt again this year, which unfortunately, like we said, Sean, how many times did we say this, that we were worried about Jaden Daniels coming out because he was frail.
His mom has been saying it.
He's proving us right.
His mom is like, I'm worried about my boy.
They credited him with 17 starts last year, but he left 2 of those games with injury.
Oh, damn.
And he's only got 5 starts so far this year. So,
Jesus Christ.
Do with that what you will. They're 8 games in. He's missed 3. And then May, I thought, had more.
May didn't start like the first 5 or 6 games last year because they gave it to Brissett.
Right. That was stupid.
And now Brissett is lighting it up for the Cardinals. And he's not lighting it up. I'm just bullshitting.
Oh, yeah. He played in 8 games last year.
Drake?
Oh, no. Sorry. That's this year.
I was like, that's not true.
He started 12 last year. Played
that
in
makes
13.
sense. Yep.
So in 20 starts. Meanwhile, Bo. So Nick has 20 starts.
Dude, the Bo Zempic thing from PFT fucking cracked me up. He goes, yo.
I'm reeling lines of Bo Kane.
Yeah, Bo Kane.
Give me some injections of Bo Zempic.
That got me. I was like, that's clever. I'm like, that shit got me.
Bo started 5 more games than May.
That's it? Only 5 more? That was
Yeah.
way more than that.
No, only 5 more, and he still has, Jesus Christ, 18 more touchdowns total in 5 games. So, and I think they're even right now on the season with 15 passing touchdowns each.
Mm-hmm.
But Bo's got a bunch more running. That being said, Sean, this whole the Bo Nix disrespect needs to stop. I'm sorry, it just needs to stop. Because when you want to talk about resumes,
they're basically just saying he's a product of Sean Payton.
Okay,
That's what they're saying.
Sure, Drake May is a product of Josh McDaniels.
He is.
I mean, we saw what Drake May was last year. Y'all were like bossed. He sucks. Bossed.
Not the smart ones.
Not you and me, but everybody else was sitting there calling him bust. And then
Yeah.
he gets Josh McDaniels this year, and I said, okay. You know, even my dad was like, he's like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
That boy good.
And I'm like, no. I'm like, you'll see it. Trust me. But you want to talk about resumes. Look at what Denver's resume has on it so far. Okay, they lose to the Colts and the Chargers in the first 2 weeks. Okay, they beat the Tennessee Titans. Granted, it should have been a bigger beatdown than what it was.
Yeah,
but
the first couple. Come on, it's the first couple.
Week
games.
1, they lose they lose in a game they never trailed in the fourth quarter. By the way, they trailed for a cumulative total of 0 seconds in these 2 losses to the Colts and the Chargers, both of which the Colts with that bullshit fucking penalty on the missed field goal. Then they beat the shit out of the Bengals 28-3. They beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia. Okay, that's the defending champions. They got one out against the Jets, who not great, but it's a London game. Anything's possible. They have that ridiculous comeback against the Giants, and then they absolutely put the clamps on the number 1 overall offense in the NFL on Sunday in Dallas, and they basically leave George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott sitting there going, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
And that was without the reigning defensive player of the year for the entire second half, because PS2 didn't play for half of that game. Abrams Drain came in and absolutely fucking locked it up in relief, and it just goes to show you how deep this Denver defense is, and how much better they are than the next best team. Like, and not for nothing either. Everybody's like, oh, the Broncos offense, okay, they put up 44, but they were playing the Dallas defense. Okay, fine. Show me the other team that's put up 44 points on the Dallas defense. I'll wait. You can't, because no one else has. So not only did we clamp them down on defense, but we scored more on them than any other team in the league that they've played so far.
And then Troy Franklin's been playing really good.
Franklin's come alive. RJ Harvey's come alive.
RJ Harvey should, in my opinion, I know it's Javonte Williams right now is the lead back, but RJ Harvey I know is a rookie, but he should be.
J.K. Dobbins. Javonte's in Dallas.
Oh, you're right. He was the lead back. I'm sorry. J.K. Dobbins is the lead back.
But you know who the number 3 leading rusher in the NFL is right now?
Javonte Williams.
J.K. Dobbins.
Well, J.K. Dobbins is, yes, exactly. Javonte Williams is up there, too.
Javonte was number 2 or 3 coming into this game, and then he got clamped down, and J.K. passed him.
Yes.
As of this week. So
J.K. Dobbins was always underused in Baltimore. He was always hurt a lot, too. He had a lot of...
J.K.'s good. He's just had 2 really catastrophic injuries.
It was like Achilles one and like a knee injury the other.
Yeah, and it's just been 2 really... He's not injury-prone, though, like people like to believe him. It's just he had 2 freak injuries.
But I still think R.J. Harvey is like the future running back there.
R.J. looked really, really good on Sunday.
He's fucking fast. Like when he came out of college, when they picked him over Henderson, I was like, oh, wow, that was surprising to me because everyone thought Henderson was going to
I thought we were getting Henderson. In the second round, I
but
thought for sure.
R.J. Harvey was like a fucking speedster in college. So like when he gets going, like he's going to be gone.
And he was.
Yes, on Sunday he was.
On Sunday he was. 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, one receiving, and then Troy Franklin had 2 rushing touchdowns. Bo had 4 touchdowns through the air. He should have had 5, but the referees called an absolutely bullshit fucking offensive pass interference call on the Broncos.
FBI.
I tagged the FBI in my post on Sunday. I was like, yo, you watching this bullshit in Denver right now? Because as far as I'm concerned, FanDuel owes me $248 for my fucking parlay that they screwed me out of because they took that touchdown away from Cortland Sutton. But Denver's putting together full games now. Like now we're starting to see the offense. The last 5 quarters that Denver has played, they've scored 70 points.
Yep.
5 quarters. And granted, 33 of those were in 1 quarter against the Giants, and then 44 came in 4 quarters. So whatever, 44 and 33. 77 points, sorry. 77 points. Not 70, 77 in 5 quarters.
Yeah, you were close.
Whatever, fuck you. But we've got a road game at the Texans this week. That's a tough game. Houston's defense is legit.
Texans, yeah, I know, but Texans are kind of being weird.
The only thing that gives me the reason why I feel confident about the Broncos beating the Texans at 1 p.m. on Sunday is because if you look at the games the Texans have won, the only teams they've beaten were I think the Niners and the Cardinals, who have no pass rush to speak of. Any team that's been able to get after C.J. Stroud has beaten them because that offensive line is a sieve, and nobody gets after the quarterback like the Denver Broncos. I think we're at 35 or 36 sacks on the season.
That was more than that.
It might be more than that. I think we had 30, maybe we had 35 coming in, and we got the Dak three times. All I know is that we are on pace for, I think it's 60-something in a season. 65? I should know this off the top.
36 right now, you're right. Damn, Benito has 8 fucking sacks.
72. They had the 84 Bears had 72. So they're on pace to break that. Through 8 games, they're on pace to break it. Or tie it. On pace to tie it right now.
Damn.
So that's what you call a fucking pass rush. So I think they'll handle Houston on Sunday, and then they got to come in and they got to take care of business against the Raiders on Thursday night, which again shouldn't be too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get a nice 10-day layoff, and then you get the Chiefs at home the following Sunday.
Another big test.
And I think the Broncos win these next 3 games, and I think they're going to be sitting at 9-2 with the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Eagles on their resume as wins. And at that point, I don't know how you don't consider this team a legit Super Bowl team. I mean, this team is a legit Super Bowl team. If you don't consider them one, you haven't been paying attention. But that's okay. I'm here to that's why I'm here. I'm here to educate you.
To wake your ass
and
up.
tell you the Broncos are a legit Super Bowl contender. The AFC is wide open. Like we said, we talked about the Colts being the number 1 seed. The Patriots are currently the number 2. The only team that truly worries me in the AFC is Kansas City. Because they've been there, they've done it, and they still have fucking number 15 under center. And they still got Andy Reid calling plays. And they still got players. They still got Spags coaching that defense. Kansas City is still going to be able to get it done. They're a fucking wagon. But they're the only team that I'm truly scared. Like, oh, God, like we get them in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Fuck, it better be in Denver.
Exactly.
If we're going to go on the road, it's going to be tough. I
Mm.
mean, that's probably not a winnable game. You know what I mean? But Baltimore, Buffalo, New England, Indy, you catch any of those teams in the playoffs, I'm like, all right, yeah, we should be able to beat them. So I like our chances, over the next 3 weeks. Then we get the bye week. Then, you get the Commanders on Monday Night Football coming out of the bye. Or, sorry, the Redskins.
It should be the
And,
Redskins.
Depending on what Jaden Daniels is doing at that point, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. I mean, I could see Denver running the table. I think, or having maybe 1 or 2 losses left on their schedule, or even running the table from here on out. Because you got KC at home in 3 weeks, so you get Texans on the road, and then you get the Raiders and Chiefs at home, then your bye week. Then we get the Chiefs at home again, Chiefs in Arrowhead on Christmas, and that to me right there, I think is going to be for the 1 seed in the AFC. I think that will determine who the 1 seed is.
I mean, if it comes out, that's what, the last game or the Christmas game?
Christmas Day.
Whoa, that's gonna be a big game.
That's a big game.
What's it, the primetime game? Is
That's
that the night game?
I believe so. Yeah.
When can they start flexing out these games? When does the flex
I
start?
think they can start flexing like this week.
Really? That's only for Sunday Night Football, though, right?
Let's see. We have at Kansas City, 8:15 Christmas night, Thursday night, Christmas night.
Thursday night, Christmas night. Thursday is Christmas? Yeah. God damn, that sucks. I have to go back to work on a fucking Friday. That's ass. Well, you don't have to go to work on a fucking Christmas, but I have to go back to work the day after Christmas. Oh, you work on Christmas, though. That's even worse. That's going to be a great game to watch Christmas night. That's going to be exciting to watch, too, because those are going to be 2 good teams. That's going to be, The Chiefs, yeah, I mean, you're going to see Taylor Swift shoved down your throat Christmas night. They're going to have her out there all over the TV screens, everything else like that. But you're going to have a very good Broncos team against a very good Chiefs team. That could be for the first of the division and for the first overall seed in the AFC as well.
I think that's going to be for the 1 seed.
You know, I'm not too confident Buffalo's going to have the first seed no matter what. I think Buffalo is going to hit some bumps here along the way.
I'm not confident. Buffalo, I don't think is even right now. I don't think they're in contention for the 1 seed.
No, they're third.
But even
Fourth.
like going forward, like I just don't think they're a good enough. Like I don't think they're a complete enough team. We'll see what happens because the trade deadline is what, a week from
Tuesday.
Today.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, so we got a week. We got 7 days.
Yeah.
We'll see what they can pull off. But what are you really pulling off at the trade deadline? That's going to really
They're
make
trying to get a wide receiver. Is the rumor. So they'll go after what? Jacoby Myers from Oakland.
Jacoby Myers is Chris Olave. Is another one.
Rashid Shaheed. How do you say his name?
Apparently, which the Broncos have been linked to. Which
that would be a game changer for you guys. That's a speed demon.
I'm all right with that, but at the same time, you know how I feel about wide receivers.
I know they're interchangeable.
They're, I feel like we've got a good enough group on the roster, but depth wise. But you look at like Pat Bryant, who caught his first touchdown on Sunday. He's absolutely electric. Troy Franklin is another. He's a beast. I mean, Cortland Sutton. I would honestly, if you gave me Rashid Shaheed, the choice of him or David Njoku, I'd rather go David Njoku. Trot out Evan Ingram and David Njoku.
Well,
I mean, you want to talk about matchup killers.
Njoku has to be available because Cleveland did not expect this kid Fannin to come out of nowhere, their rookie.
Of course not.
And be their number one receiver on that team.
No.
And he has played incredibly
Lights
well.
out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But, no, I think that Christmas night game is going to be for the 1 seed in the AFC. And that's going to determine who's sitting at home on Wild Card weekend and watching, getting ready for the divisional round, and who's not. And I think it's going to be between Denver and KC. Right. Obviously, a lot can change between now and then, but you never know. But I just feel like that's kind of the way this is going. And those are going to be, to me, those are the two best teams, the most complete teams in the AFC. The Colts, they have holes. The Patriots have holes. The Bills have holes. The Ravens obviously have holes. I think when you look at the Broncos and the Chiefs, they have the least, they have holes, but the least amount of them, or the smallest holes. Giggity. So when you look at deficiencies on both sides of the ball, obviously we saw what Denver can do offensively this week and in the fourth quarter against the Giants. They can score 77 points on you in a hurry if they need to. We already know what the defense is capable of. Even though Pat Surtain is now week to week with a pectoral injury, I think if he gets back for that Chiefs game in 3 weeks, or even takes it off and doesn't come back until after the bye, so be it. I think we can, with Chris Abrams' drain, I think we can weather the storm without PS2. Obviously, it hurts to not have him, but the defense, the pass rush is going to make a great pass rush is going to make anybody in the secondary look pretty good.
Right.
And vice versa. And a lot of times, PS2 is out there taking away a guy and making the pass rush look pretty good because,
right.
You have to hold on to it just that extra half a second. They complement each other, but I think we can make it work. So
right.
We'll see. But, I don't know. I heard 4 to 6 weeks, and he could end up on IR. I also heard he's week to week.
Damn.
So we'll see. He's getting a second opinion this week. We'll see what happens. But we didn't have him for the entire second half of that game against the number one offense with George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott, and Javonte. I mean, what was their tight end's name? Dallas is there. The kid's killing it too. Oh my God.
The
Was it
one
Ferguson?
on Dallas. Is it Jake Ferguson
Jake
still?
Ferguson. Killing it. 0 catches on Sunday.
Is he still killing it in Dallas?
Yeah, pretty sure he's had a pretty lights out year so far. I mean, that offense has been humming right along, so it makes sense.
It's still Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, and he had 0 catches on Sunday. So, again, I'm not worried about it. This defense travels. We can do it. We can go on the road and win if we need to. But again, if you can have the 1 seed and you're at the house for the whole playoffs, that's going to be that's a huge win. So Denver's going to take care of business here the next 3 weeks, and I think they will. And I think you'll start to see kind of things regress to the mean a little bit as the weeks wane on, because we all know. Listen, like again, the Colts are good, but they're flawed. Their defense is not that great.
Yeah.
And as they're playing as well as they're playing offensively. You're not going to win a 43-40 shootout every single week.
No,
we saw it with Peyton for years.
And you can't bring that. You saw it with the San Diego Chargers forever. The Marty Schottenheimer offense. Marty Schottenheimer's whole philosophy was, we'll just go into a shootout
we'll
with
just
them.
outscore them.
Yeah.
We got Sean Merriman. Igor Olshansky and Jamal Williams and
remember Igor Olshansky set at
Stephen Cooper
when he came out in 03, 04 for the NFL draft. He had set the NFL Combine record for the bench press at 47 or 48 reps of 225.
And then what's his name beat it from
and shattered it.
Haloti Ngata shattered it.
Yeah, did he do 65 or something like that? Someone did something stupid. Hold on.
It was Haloti Ngata, and then what was the other defensive tackle that beat it later on too? I think he was as good. I think he was a Baltimore guy. God damn it! I should remember this. Fuck.
Stephen
Paella.
Paella. 2011.
Yep.
49 reps.
49. And Haloti Ngata had beat it prior to that, if I'm not mistaken, with 44, I want to say. I always loved the bench press. Even though it means nothing.
It does mean absolutely nothing.
It's like one of the most useless combine things they have.
The unofficial record holder, this is before they actually kept the statistic, was in 1999 Justin Ernest, 51 unofficial reps. He's technically number one, but I never even heard of that record.
That's the first time. It's the first I'm hearing of it.
And tag the FBI in that.
In 99, I feel like they kept track of it in 99 by then.
Of bench press, though?
Yeah. That had to have been.
The NFL draft wasn't the NFL draft in 99.
99, dude. We're talking. That's.
They
dude.
they weren't displaying
Mike
it.
Malauna from Green Bay.
That was
Remember
97.
The
96.
Incredible Bulk.
Was he 96?
I think it was 94, 93. I think he was even earlier than that. I think it was 94, 95, somewhere in there. And he was, you know what I mean? He was a workout warrior, but he was terrible at football.
Yep.
So there was that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that can't be right. They couldn't have just, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Because, again, nobody cared about bench press at that point.
Larry Allen still holds the NFL record for heaviest bench press.
600 pounds?
Active player. Heavier.
Was he 650?
Nope. Heavier. 700.
I'd have to see it. I don't doubt that he did it, but I think he did that. I want to say he did that. Yeah, he might have.
It was 2013. There's a video of it online.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Actually, now that he said it,
it's still on the Cowboys official website.
Yeah, Larry Allen was a fucking animal, dude, and he was built to bench too. Like he had that build for it. Wow. I mean, I remember him just sitting. Remember when they used to do the bench press competition at the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, they stopped that too.
And Larry Allen would just sit there like sipping a Mai Tai.
Yes.
Let everybody else. He goes, they're like, Larry, like, oh, how many reps do you think you're gonna do? And he goes, I don't know, man. He goes, I'm just going to have a couple of drinks and just tell me whatever the high number is, and I'll beat it by one, and we'll get out of here. And that's what he did. I remember like Joey Porter did like 32 or 33, and everybody's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And then somebody else came out as like a defensive, like Warren Sapp came out and did like 36. And I think it was like 38 was like the number to beat. Larry Allen did 39, racked it, and walked off.
Yeah.
And then picked up his Mai Tai with his like, the umbrella in it. And it was like, all right, bye. And they're like, really? You're not going to go anymore? He's like, no, why? Like, I already won. Why would I waste my energy? I got drinks to consume. This is the Pro Bowl. And that was funny as shit. Larry Allen was a fucking monster, dude.
You made up the name Mike Mamua?
Mike Malamalayuma?
No, Mike Mamua.
Malua?
That's a linebacker. That's a real person.
Yeah. The Incredible Bulk, remember?
No, the Incredible Bulk is Tony Mandarich. That's
Tony Mandarich. That's right. Mike Malamalayuna was a tight end.
No, he was a linebacker for the Bengals. He was drafted out of USC.
Right.
I have stupid knowledge about the NFL draft. Yeah, it had to be Tony Mandarich. Was the Incredible Bulk.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Tony Mandarich.
I was like, no, Thomas didn't even spell it right, but I knew exactly who he was talking about.
Yeah, he was.
Didn't Tony Mandarich
drafted by the
die in
Packers.
like 2005 or something like that? He's dead, I'm pretty sure.
According to the Pro Football Reference, he's still alive.
Tony Mandarich is still alive?
According to this, yeah.
Wow.
89 was when he was drafted.
1989?
Yeah, 89.
Holy shit, I thought it was 94.
I thought it was. He played into the 90s. So he played for Green Bay until 91. Then he was out of football. I think he went to the Canadian Football League, and then he came back, played for the Colts 96, 97, 98.
Wow.
He actually started 16 games in 97 for the Colts.
He played with Manning? No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't.
yes, he did. Started 10 games in 98. Peyton's rookie year.
Peyton's like, get this fucking guy out of here. I'm not playing with him.
That's unbelievable. I can't believe it was 89. I thought for sure.
I did not
later
think
than that,
it was the 89. I thought it was definitely the 90s.
Yeah, this is it. The picture, the incredible bulk. 6'6", 315, Tony Mandarich, best offensive line prospect ever. And now he's probably like top 2 or 3 biggest busts. I mean, and not like his fault either, really, because he didn't hype himself up. He was just a crazy good, he was just crazy in the weight room. And he was crazy athletic. He just wasn't very good at football. And then, but he got so hyped up that when he didn't live up to it, everybody was like, boss. And I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't because it was like lack of effort or, he just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
You guys put this on him. Like, he should have been.
That was
You should have tampered your expectations. It's not like he's like Jamarcus Russell.
But that was
where
lack
he came
of,
in and just bombed because he was fucking lazy and sucked.
What did you watch? Oh, I watched game film.
Oh, I watched the game film. They're like, really? What DVD? Oh, the one you gave me.
It was blank.
There was nothing on that.
He's like, fuck.
Damn it. Stupid bastard.
He's like, I threw it in the trash anyway.
Right. All right. What else do we have to get to in the NFL here before we get out of here tonight?
NFL coming up this week. Let's look at the upcoming Week 9 matchups. What's our Thursday night game?
Oh, my God. Can we – see, this is why I wish Paul was here, so Paul could be talking mad shit to Shadis right now because Paul is number 1 in our fantasy league at 7-1.
Yeah,
right now.
well, we're tied.
You guys are tied. Well, he's got the points, dude. His
The
points scored.
Because he has fucking Jonathan Taylor, who's fucking scoring him all his points.
He sure does.
Bitch-ass motherfucker.
He sure fucking does.
He doesn't even fix his lineups, the fucking kid. He just leaves all his guys in there.
He's like, fuck you guys.
And Jonathan Taylor has like 45, 50 points a week.
Let me see what Jonathan Taylor had this week. 37 points this week.
There you go.
The week before, he played you, 34 points.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
And the week before that, 23 points. Oh, that's a low. 23 points. Oof.
Jonathan Taylor was doing
31
nothing.
The week before that. I mean,
he's averaging 30 points a week.
14 points. Oh, 14 points against
Bum.
Against Ryan and still lost. I mean, he still won. Paul did. I'm trying to find Paul's only loss of the year right now. He smoked Shadis. Jonathan Taylor, 32 points. Week 2. Did he lose week 1? Oh, yeah. He lost to me week 1 and hasn't lost since.
Damn.
And my team sucked mad dicks week 1. Wow. Well, so did Jonathan Taylor, only 12 points that week. That's why.
That's why.
I had my chocolate stud pony go off for 30.
That's his workhorse right
and,
there.
And Egbuka got me 23. And that
Egbuka.
was it. That was pretty much it. I mean, nobody else really did anything. Nick Bosa had me 12, but he's dead now. Not literally, but
career-wise, it feels like.
But yeah, I started off the season hot, and I have since faded fast. I'm now 8 seed, 3 and 5. Brutal. But yeah, despite the fact that I got Bo Nix and Troy Franklin absolutely fucking tearing it up for me. But anyway, the week coming up,
we got Ravens Dolphins Thursday Night Football. Garbage.
Yeah, that's a shit game. Wish we didn't have to sit through that, but we will. I'm still picking Baltimore.
Oh God, yeah.
Even if Stephen Huntley's was it Stephen Huntley?
They're saying Lamar's going to come back for this game. That's why he didn't play Sunday. Is because
he should. I mean, he should have played Sunday, but whatever.
So then if they win that game, they'll be 3 and 5, and then they'll be back in the hunt.
Then you got Chicago at Cincinnati. That game sucks. 1 o'clock game. Detroit, Minnesota could be good if Minnesota had a fucking quarterback, but they don't.
Well, Minnesota is rumored to be potentially training for Kirk Cousins again.
Yeah, but that doesn't help them for Sunday. that trade won't happen until after this game. So
what if they trade for him on Friday? You don't believe he'll be one of those things? They have a video of him flying in at the airport.
Were you the only one? Am I the only person that was actually enjoying rooting for Carson Wentz? Like, I was actually hoping Carson Wentz was going to, like, continue.
I never enjoyed Carson Wentz. I've been his biggest.
I like Carson Wentz.
I've been his biggest. This guy fucking sucks, guy, since day one.
I was rooting for him.
I remember arguing with Sean when he was with the Eagles, and Sean was like, "This dude's gonna be with the Eagles for a decade." And I was like, "He sucks." I'm like, "It's all Andy Reid."
No, that first year he had was fucking unbelievable. No, Andy Reid was gone by then.
Oh, it was. Yeah, you're right. 100%. It was what's his face? Nick Foles, Dick Holes guy.
Jaguars fired him after.
They all fired him.
Oh my God, Doug Peterson.
Thank you.
No, I'm bummed because, like, I just want Minnesota to quit fucking with everybody and be good. Because I love the Vikings. I'm a closet Vikings fan. I always have been. I've always, like, had a soft spot for the Vikings. And I just want them to be good for once. I want them to do well and succeed, and they won't. And they keep fucking me and all of my friends that are Vikings fans. It's pissing me off. So that game's going to suck. Detroit should cruise.
Colts Steelers is going to be a sneaky good game.
Colts Steelers is a really good game. That's a really, really intriguing game. Denver Houston is a pretty intriguing game. What's not intriguing is
how
the
did
Raiders
Chiefs,
and the Jaguars. The
how did
Saints
Chiefs
and the
Bills
Rams.
not get flexed?
Because CBS probably wasn't willing to give it up.
Too bad.
They weren't willing to give it up. So instead, we have to suffer through fucking Seattle and Washington on Sunday night.
Seattle, for some
you know
reason,
what, though?
is doing really well.
That's fine because I don't want to do anything. Sunday night, I'm glad. I kind of like when the Sunday night game sucks, and I don't really have to pay attention to it. You know, I can just kind of throw it on as background and do other stuff. Because I've been watching football all day. The last thing I want to do is spend like 4 more hours at the end of my day having to pay attention to a game because it's a worthy game.
Focusing on it.
Yeah. And then Dallas, Arizona, Monday night. Jesus, all I can say is thank fucking Christ we got the Manning cast for like the next 5 weeks. Because that game is going to fucking suck. Not much in terms of intriguing games in week 9. I don't see, a whole shitload there that I really want to watch, to be quite honest.
So, Blue Jays just made it final a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Blue Jays win 6-2. Series tied up 2-2. I did not think the series was going to go 2-2 through 4 games. I thought it was going to be 3-1.
No, this is a
pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
And Ohtani pitched tonight.
He did.
Yeah, and Ohtani got not rocked, but he did not.
They knocked him around a bit. Next week, though, week 10, just looking at the primetime games, just looking ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and the Chargers on Sunday night.
Okay, good game.
That's a fun game. And then Philly Green Bay on Monday night. That's
Philly
actually
Green Bay is a really good game.
Really good game. That's got major implications. Then week 11, same shit. Detroit Philly on Sunday night. Monday night is Dallas and the Raiders. Why? Anybody thought that was going to be a good game? I don't know.
Stupid.
But again, that's fine. I don't need to watch Monday Night Football. But again, we have the Manning cast, so it makes it worth it. Week 12, I'm just going to look at the primetime games. Rams Bucks Sunday night. That's a fucking banger of a game. And then Carolina San Francisco on Monday night. Thank God for the Manning cast. Then you get Denver Washington Sunday night, week 13. And then the Giants and the Patriots on Monday night. So that actually could be Jackson Dart versus Drake May. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that a little bit. Couple that with the Manning cast, and we got ourselves a fucking night, bro. Be a good time.
Not bad.
But, like, see, that's a game right there that, like, the Patriots should win. But I could absolutely see them losing. Because that Giants defense is actually really legit. They got a really legit pass rush and a good secondary. So if they can find a little bit of spark on offense now without Scadaboo and Neighbors.
We know 2 Vikings fans, Tom. That is
I do. Yeah, I know at least 2. At 2.
2 diehard Vikings fans.
Yeah.
No, I know 3. I worked with one at Stop and Shop. He's a diehard Vikings fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I know 3 diehard Vikings fans.
It's not there's not many of them, but they do exist.
Yes,
they do. Real quick, just because I want to touch on it, NASCAR's championship race is on Sunday. Doesn't start until I believe 3:30 is the green flag, which is great for me because that'll be right coinciding with the end of the Broncos-Texans game,
okay.
And I can move right into the championship race.
Good.
My boy Slick Willie put it down on Sunday at Martinsville, upset Ryan Blaney in the win, got himself into the Final Four at Phoenix. I am down. I don't know who I'm gonna bet. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna throw everything I have on Slick Willie. He started the year off with me for a win. He's been my guy all year, and now he finds himself in the final race of the season with really nothing to lose. He's got, I think, the worst odds to win it.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it's so you got Denny Hamlin,
Okay.
Chase Briscoe, another Joe Gibbs Racing driving the 19 Bass Pro Shops car, Kyle Larson,
Okay.
who we all know he's the one that got suspended for saying the N-word on iRacing during COVID. Remember?
Whoops.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yes, that's why you love him. He's your favorite. And then my guy, Slick fucking Willie. Slick Willie, I think, is like plus 480 to win the race. I think I might just throw like $200 on him to win the race. Because if he wins the race, he wins the championship.
Yeah.
And this is how I won last year big with Joey Logano. I had accidentally bet Logano to win the championship back in like May on accident. So that was like almost $240, I think, or $300 at that point. Because I was like, I'm like, you give Joey Logano. I think it was like $320 actually. It was like plus 3,200. And I thought I was betting on him to win the race, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, I'll bet on anytime you give Joey Logano plus 3,200. I'm like, he's good. I'm like, that's a fine bet.
Right.
You know, that's like he's got a chance to win at any track he goes to, and you give me those kind of numbers, I'll take that. But it was to win the championship, and he was having a really shitty season. Then he got in to the final four.
Yeah.
So I just doubled down on everything. I was like, well, fuck it, might as well. And I bet him to win the race, and he did. And I ended up winning like $1,000
Damn.
on Joey Logano winning the race. That was also the day that Mac Jones fucked me out of like $2,000 on a
I remember the Mac Jones
that
screwing you over.
half-point parlay. Could have been a very successful day. Very successful, but it wasn't. It was only successful. I don't know. I'm between – I want Slick Willie to win because he's my guy.
Okay.
If it's not Slick Willie, I really hope it's Denny Hamlin. And you know I have a love-hate relationship with Denny Hamlin. It's more love than hate.
I was going to say, it feels like more hate than love.
It's not even hate. I don't hate Denny Hamlin.
You sure?
I am. He fucks me because his odds.
That seems like hate then.
His odds are usually too good to bet on him. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
And then you're like, he's only plus 450. Like I'm not spending $30 to win 120.
Correct.
So no, I'm not doing that. But then he'll win that race, and I'm like, no, win the races where you're like plus 1,500.
Denny Hamlin's outright betting is plus 340 on the championship race.
Yeah, and then what? Kyle Larson second?
No, William Byron second, plus 430.
Oh, for the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the championship though, it's different. So if I go to you go to FanDuel, I looked at this the other because I'm trying to figure out how to hedge this.
Todd Gilliland is 50,000 to 1
to win the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not winning the race. So only one time since this format has been introduced, only once has the guy who only once has the champion not won the race, the final race, and that was Ryan Blaney 2 years ago. He finished second. He had a winning car. He just couldn't get past Ralph Chastain, who ended up winning it. The championship. NASCAR Cup Series for the championship. William Byron is now he's gone down. He's plus 270. So he's the third. So yeah, I guess I gotta bet him to win the race then. Because plus 430, I'm not gonna because if he wins the championship. So what I'm thinking is I bet him heavy to win the race because if he's gonna win the championship, he's probably gonna win the race.
Okay.
So I figure if I bet him heavy to win the race, I can hedge it with him winning the championship because even if he doesn't win the race, he could still technically win the championship.
So this for the NASCAR Cup Series Championship 2025?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's what, plus 270? Plus I got him at plus 270 on FanDuel.
That's Byron?
Yes.
Okay. Byron
Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin is plus 200.
Hamlin's plus 200.
Yeah.
So Hamlin right now is the odds-on favorite. obviously because he's the veteran guy in the group. He's the only one that he hasn't won a championship. The only one that's won a championship so far is Kyle Larson.
Mm-hmm.
The other three are hungry. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about this because I feel like if I bet Slick Willie to win the race, I think I should just take that money and put it on to win the race rather than win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do I need $270? You know what I mean? Like $27 for? Because I got to win. I got to bet a C note on him because he's only plus 430. So I got to drop a bean on him. But like if I put $200 on him, it's $860 if he wins the race.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the JGR Toyotas are going to be really good here. I'm hoping but the fact that Hendrick has two cars in the Final Four kind of makes me nervous because even though I don't know, Joey Logano pulled it off last year with Blaney. It was Blaney and him both were in the Final Four and Logano pulled it off, but I don't know. I feel like it could be like a split thing, but they're going to race for the championship regardless. Like this isn't like F1 where they're going to be like, let the other guy go.
Yeah.
Because, we already locked up this or that or whatever. It's not going to be like that. This is a winner-take-all kind of race. So, ultimately, this is Game 7 for NASCAR. This is NASCAR's Game 7. You got these four guys. Whoever finishes the highest out of these four guys wins the championship. It's that easy. Well, actually, not necessarily because if one guy wins two stages, whatever. Anyway, they're typically whoever finishes the best is going to win the championship.
Yeah.
If you win, that's it. You win. You win the championship. So, I don't know. I'm thinking just going all in on Slick fucking Willie, bro.
I want to go.
He's my guy. And I feel like I would be remiss if the one time I disobey the 11th commandment and don't bet Slick Willie. You know what I mean? I feel like then this is when he's going to win it.
I want to go in on one of these guys that have 50,000 to 1 odds. There's so many of them.
Oh, because the funny thing is with you'll notice on Sunday, Sean, Hamlin, Byron, Larson, and Briscoe will all be up towards the front of the field. They're all going to be running up front. They're all going to be because it's just the way this goes, right? Like there'll be other guys mixed in. There'll be pit cycles and things like that, but those four, barring mechanical failure or getting caught up in a wreck, will be up in the front of the field. And that's the only that's kind of like the big equalizer with motorsports. And a guy like you're right. There is a shit ton of guys at plus 50,000. I mean, but here's the thing: Ricky Stenhouse, Riley Herbst, Casey Mears, Ty Dillon, Cole Custer, J.J. Yaley, Cody Ware, and Todd Gilliland. Snowball's chance in hell of winning here. They're not short track guys. They don't run well at Phoenix. Phoenix is a short track.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the teams. If I was going to bet anybody who's not in the championship four to win, I mean, Seabell at plus 900, Christopher Bell would be one of my first choices. Ryan Blaney at plus 700. Chase Elliott at plus 1,500 would be up there. Chastain plus 3,000 would be a nice bet. Brad Keselowski at plus 6,000 is kind of intriguing as well.
Mm-hmm.
RFK, because Fords are fast at these short tracks.
RFK.
Roush Fenway Racing. I feel like those are, but Seabell, I think at plus 900 would be my number one. If I had to pick outside the top four, the four guys that are in it, I think Christopher Bell will be my pick. But I'm just trying to figure out the best way to hedge this. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to make sure, I don't
know how to do it with NASCAR bets at all. I couldn't tell you the first thing. That's why I rely on you so much for the NASCAR.
Well,
stuff.
this one's tough because again, you got Denny Hamlin who's desperate for a championship.
Has he ever won?
No, he's never won one. He's got 60 career wins.
So
which
he
I think puts him in the
seems
top.
like destined to win. Then
If you're gonna pick the sentimental favorite, if you will, it's definitely Denny. I mean, the whole story with him, his dad, Jordan coming on board, and them starting 23XL racing together, and Jordan. So there's a really cool story if you watch the behind the scenes, the Netflix special on NASCAR.
Yep.
There's a really cool story from I think of the first season when Jordan came on board with Denny Hamlin and they started their team, which is now Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick. Those two guys, Jordan gave Denny's dad a cigar
mm-hmm.
to celebrate the team. And it was like in a glass case, like it was a really like special cigar, like whatever. I don't know what's so special about it, but it was a very expensive, very special cigar. And Denny's dad said, "I'll smoke this when either 23XL or Denny wins a championship."
Yeah.
And that's now going on 3 years. Denny's dad's health is fading pretty quick. He's not doing too well. So if Denny's ever going to win one, I want it to be this year so that his dad gets to see it.
And experience it.
And be there.
God forbid.
And I want to see, honestly,
So will
I want to
Jordan
see
be
I want to
there?
see Denny. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Jordan. Jordan is Denny's business partner. So Denny drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, but he owns 23XI Racing with Jordan. Co-owns it. They're co-owners. So he drives for a different team than the one he owns.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird, but it's racing. This happens. This is not abnormal in racing. But Jordan is his business partner.
Yep.
So Jordan's tight with Denny. I would love to see Denny's dad smoke that cigar.
That'd be pretty cool.
That to me, like,
It's always good to see sentimental stories come to like a fruition and come
Exactly.
to like an end story. Like you don't want to see it all the time, right? You don't want to see the you need to sometimes see the pain in order to get like that happy ending. Like because if you always see like the happy ending, like if you saw the Cubs win every 5 or 10 years, you'd
Right.
be like, who gives a shit?
the,
They win every
the
5 or 10 years.
2004 Red Sox are nowhere near as fun if
they
it's not
won-
for 2003.
Yeah,
If it's
they,
not for Aaron Boone, 2004 is not nearly as satisfying.
right, or if they won in 1981, it's not as satisfying in 2003. And
Right.
You're like, oh, they won in 1981. It's only been like 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's,
It's like we joke now about, the Patriots. And they're like, there are preschoolers that haven't seen the
I
Patriots.
saw
win.
that joke.
You
Poor
know?
preschoolers that haven't
Yeah.
seen the Patriots win.
Cole's never seen the Patriots win a Super Bowl.
It's true. He comes up.
I
He
know.
comes down to me. He goes. He does tell me though. He goes. Wow, this team's good. And I was like, shut. I was like, oh, shut
You
your
have no
mouth.
fucking idea.
I just tell him, I'm like, shh. I'm like, don't say anything. He goes, why? And I'm like, oh,
you don't get it yet. You're too
Same
young.
thing. Even with the kids in the baseball team, I'm like, guys, when you run onto the field, jump over the white line. And one of the kids goes, I was like, you piece of shit. He
Touch
goes
the
like,
goddamn foul line, you idiot.
First of all,
bad luck.
it ruins the aesthetic. And I'm like, it's bad luck. And they're like, what's going to happen? And I'm like, I don't know. You could break your leg. And the kid's like, Jesus.
Like, all right, maybe not that bad, but,
I did not correct him. I was like, I left it at break your leg.
I like it. It's tough love. It's tough love. But no, I would like to see, if it's not going to be Slick Willie, I hope it's Denny. I think Chase Briscoe would be like the least. That'd be like the guy I'd want to win it the least. Not because, and it's nothing against Briscoe. I like Chase Briscoe. It's just he's not my guy. He's never been my guy.
Right.
Although it would be nice for him because he did struggle mightily at times this season. Even though he was supposed to be like, they propped him up to be like, oh, he's moving up because he went to Joe Gibbs Racing to replace Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, this kid, now he's in good equipment. He's in a good team. He's going to kill it. And he kind of didn't really produce a lot this year. He won a couple of races, but nowhere near what we thought he was capable of or should have won.
Right.
And so to see him win it would be cool because it'd kind of be like a nice redemption story. Like, oh, everybody, you doubted me throughout the season, and now look at us. But again, he's not my guy, and it's nothing against him. It's just not my guy. I've never been like a big Chase Briscoe fan, so whatever. Kyle Larson, I've already seen win it. I think Kyle Larson, he's got probably another championship or two left in him anyway. I wouldn't be upset if Larson won it because it's Hendrick, and I like Kyle Larson. But I really want to see Slick Willie or Denny win it. Those are my two. Slick Willie because he's my guy. He's been my guy now for 3 years. I never thought I would root for that fucking 24 car.
Denny Hamlin, though.
If you told me back in 1997 that in 2025 I would be rooting for the 24 car every single week, I'd be like, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, absolutely fucking
Wasn't
hell
24
no.
Jeff Gordon?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, absolutely fucking not. I will never root for that piece of shit. Fucking stupid paint job car.
When did Jeff Gordon retire?
2015.
Wow. It's been 10 years?
Yeah. And now he's like the vice chairman at Hendrick. So he's got a lot to do with, he's still got his hands in the, in the championship winning ways, if you will. So
what about Dale Earnhardt Jr.? When did he retire? Was it 2012?
Junior retired 20. No, I think he was.
It was before 2015, wasn't it?
No, because he won the Daytona 500 in 14. I want to say it was like 18.
Damn.
Let's see. When did he retire? Hold on.
What about that guy that killed someone?
Tony Stewart?
Yeah. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. Let's see. 2017, I think he retired.
Stewart or Earnhardt?
Earnhardt.
Okay.
Last race was. Oh no, that was not. Yeah, I think it was 2017 he retired.
Damn.
It was after Gordon for sure. Because I remember he won the 514 right after the Broncos got blown out by the Seahawks.
Yep.
He won the sorry, that was 14. Yeah, 2017 was his final year in Cup.
And then Tony Stewart killed someone, and then
Tony's been retired for a little bit now too, but he killed that kid got killed up in New York on the dirt track.
Yeah, it was a different type of race. It wasn't a NASCAR race. I know.
No, it was a sprint car race and dirt. And what people don't understand, like everybody's like, oh, Tony, he goosed he drilled the throttle right when he saw the kid to try to buzz him and this and that. I'm like, no, you don't understand about those cars. They're 800 horsepower cars that weigh like 1,500 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Super lightweight.
I said the steering wheel is basically there for you to hold on to. I said you steer the car more with the throttle than you do with the wheel. So when you're trying to avoid something, you gas it up to kick it out and point it in the direction you want it to go. But yeah, that was a sad fucking situation.
I remember that, and everyone was like, Tony should get murder charges. And I was like,
no,
holy shit.
No, you can't walk out onto an active racetrack in oncoming traffic with cars as unpredictable as sprint cars. Because, like, they don't have... Like, you can't, like, just push a clutch in and let those cars roll slow. Like, you can, but, like, it's really hard. Like, they're so powerful and so light, and the way they're geared, it's, like, for those things just to roll, like, in gear, you got to be in control of them all the time. Like, they're very difficult cars to drive for anybody. So,
yeah.
People don't understand that, though. Anybody who doesn't watch racing just thinks it's like, oh, it's just that easy. You just turn the wheel, and it's like, nah, dude. Dirt is first of all, dirt's a totally different animal.
I would explode.
Totally different animal, and they're very hard to drive. But, yeah, Tony Stewart was awesome. Smoke was the man. He just won the championship in the NHRA this year. So he's off. He's married Leah Pruitt, and they got a race team in NHRA, and he's killing it over there now. But he kind of left NASCAR on bad terms. He couldn't stand where the direction the sport was going, and like a lot of people these days. But I think it's as good as it's ever been. Honestly, I think NASCAR fans are some of the worst fans in terms of like self-loathing.
Yeah,
like it's because it's never as good as it was 20 years ago. Like I remember people bitch about NASCAR now with the next gen cars, which is that one. You know what I mean? Like those right there, those are the Gen 4 cars that people swear to God were the best product on the fucking planet, best thing NASCAR ever did. They were great. I remember when the Gen 4 cars were out, people were bitching and complaining about those. I remember when I first got into NASCAR in like the late 80s, early 90s, when I was a kid. I mean, I'm talking 5-6 years old. My dad used to bring home copies of Racing Digest for me, and they would print fan letters. And people and the editors would respond to the letters in the issues, and people were bitching about NASCAR back then. Oh, all these cars. Oh, this isn't the same. Oh, it's not as good as it was in the 70s and the 80s, and it's not as good as it was 10 years ago, and they're ruining the sport, and blah blah blah, and all this shit. They've been bitching. NASCAR fans have been bitching about NASCAR since I was alive, old enough to read. Let's put it that way.
Makes sense.
So all these people that continue to bitch about it, I'm just like, yeah, like whatever, dude. Like you'll get over it. But we'll see. NASCAR is going to overhaul some shit next year. We're going to probably have a totally different playoff format, if we even have a playoff format at all. And I think you're going to see a lot of major changes. You're already seeing changes to the next gen cars. They're getting 100 horsepower upgrade at 1.5 miles at under tracks.
Damn.
Which is people are clamoring for that because they're tired of the aero packages affecting the cars. Like, oh, you can't pull out and pass these cars. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, sure, whatever. But I remember back in the mid 2000s, you'd put on a race at Las Vegas, and you're like, oh, Jeff Burton's leading by, he's basically lapped the field. The closest car to him 17 seconds behind him, and I'm like, and he's, I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, that was really fun. Watching Jeff Gordon run away with a race or Tony Stewart. Like I feel like you had way more blowouts back then.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like guys just like dog walking the field.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that was NASCAR when NASCAR was NASCAR. And I'm like, yeah, but that was boring as fuck. Like, I want to see 3 wide finishes and, bumping and banging on the last lap and guys doing everything they can to win a race and having a chance to win a race, which you get a lot more of now than you did back then, in my opinion. So,
Right.
I don't know. NASCAR fans they're kind of the worst for that, where they just,
you have the old school meets the new school. Yeah.
It's not even old school meets new school. It's when the new school becomes the old school, and then the old school guys are like, it was better back in my day. It's like, no, you just liked it more back then. NASCAR fans are, I would consider them the epitomes of being prisoners of nostalgia. Like, it was always better when they were kids and they were younger, when they were more into it.
Yeah.
It was always better. Like, I'll always think the mid-'90s were the best. The early mid-'90s, from like 92 to 96 was like 97 was like my sweet spot.
Right.
When I grew up, and I loved it. I just consumed everything NASCAR. I couldn't get enough of it. The paint jobs, I felt like, were better. The cars were perfect. They were cool, like the way they looked. There was just enough pack racing, but just enough close racing, to keep you interested in any given race. Like, you go to Daytona, Talladega, you knew what to expect. But then you go to somewhere like, Rockingham or Charlotte, and you knew what to expect, and it was great racing all over the track. Then things got different. They changed, and, the game evolved, basically. Technology evolved, things evolved.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back at those eras, and I'm like, well, that was my favorite era. I don't know that era was necessarily better or worse than it is now. It was just different. So I try to keep it even-keeled as I can when it comes to cup racing. One sport that has gotten worse is Formula One. Formula One has gotten – I mean, George Russell said it last week. George Russell drives for Mercedes. He's a cheeky little cunt, and I love him. Basically said Formula One has devolved into it's green light, race to turn one. Wherever you come out of turn one, pretty much that's it.
Damn.
And you go around, 60 times around this 3.5-mile course with all these twists and turns. And, Lando Norris won Brazil, which I think is the first time Mexico. First time I haven't watched Mexico in a long time. And it was for good reason. Lando Norris would gap the field by like 31 seconds.
Holy shit.
I'm like, that's boring as fuck.
That's a long goddamn time, 31 seconds.
You've heard me bitch and complain about F1 basically being glorified time attack over the years.
Yeah.
Where pretty much how you qualify is how you finish.
Yeah.
The occasional mechanical failure, blown tire, wreck, whatever might change some things up.
That's the only thing that will change it up, correct.
But other than that, Formula One's been pretty vanilla for the last. And you can't race, you can't beat and bang. At least NASCAR, you can put your bumper to somebody.
Yeah.
Indy cars, they'll bang wheels. They don't give a shit. It's open wheel.
You can't do it with Formula, though, because those cars
Oh, my God. They lose their shit. They're like, oh, he ran me off the course, that some bitch. And you're like, okay. Like, yeah, he put you in a bad spot. Oi, mate, that's not fair, sass, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Attempted murder.
Yeah, he's like, we should press charges. And you're like, dude, fuck off, you tea-sipping fucks. But anyway, next year, Formula One. Although, I don't know what's going to happen with Formula One next year. We didn't even talk about this. Formula One is leaving ESPN and going to Apple next year.
Is it?
Formula One is going to be exclusively on Apple TV next year.
That's not a very popular service to have. Like,
They
Apple
just,
wasn't
listen, they basically just removed my dad from their viewing pool.
Yeah.
My dad's like, my dad's not going to spend more money a month to watch Formula One.
It's getting too like.
He's already pissed off that he has to spend money on YouTube TV just to watch shit, and then he's getting all pissed off because Sunday the YouTube app wanted him to verify his location. He's like, "The fuck is that? How do I do that?" My dad has a flip phone.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a smartphone. He can't verify his location.
You know what the funny part is that cable is going to start creeping back into homes more and more.
The pendulum swings. Remember when everybody thought
too many streaming services?
Yeah, everybody thought, oh, cut the cable, it's great. Go to the streaming services, they have everything you want. Yeah, until these streaming services start dividing,
greedy as shit,
and they breed and they breed like bunnies, and now there's 50 of them, and you're paying more money now for all these streaming services than you ever did for fucking expensive ass Comcast or DirecTV.
Let's tape the cable back together.
Yeah, but this is what pisses me off about people. Like, did nobody see that coming? Am I the only one that fucking saw that coming? Like, you guys realize this is going to backfire in your face,
every
right?
network wants their own money, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and guess what? They're getting people to pay for it because you want South Park, you got to have Paramount. You want Landman, you got to have HBO. You want this, you got to have Peacock. You want that, you got to have ESPN. You want
Insane.
this, you got to have
Insane.
Apple. You want Formula One now? You gotta have Apple.
No.
You want NASCAR? No. What next? I'm gonna have to go buy the fucking pay for the Fox app and have Fox TV. Like, fuck you. No.
Like when Nesson. Oh, you have to pay if you want all the Red Sox games.
Kiss my dick.
$40 a month, and nobody did it.
No. But again, what people need to understand is that we, the consumers, hold all the power. We hold all the cards. They don't want you to know that, but we do. We hold the power. Stop buying the dumb shit, and they will once you start to understand that you can live without something for a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are you're going to realize you can live without it forever.
Correct.
And then the leagues and the TV networks, everybody else, then they're going to have to come begging for you back.
Correct.
That's what we want. We want them to have to beg for us, not the other way around. I don't want 72 goddamn fucking apps to have to watch, it's bad enough Thursday night, my dad can't even watch Thursday Night Football because he doesn't know how to get on Amazon Prime on his TV. And my dad's just technologically deficient. He doesn't care. He wants one button. It's the one button curse, if you will, where people want one button, one remote. Okay, here's the game. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, here's this. Boom. They don't want to have to be able to go to fucking this here, over here. This is over there. This is over there. No. They want everything centralized.
Bingo.
Integrated. Everything right there. They don't want to have to go to 5, 6, 7, 8 different apps.
No,
my dad doesn't want to have to go to Amazon to watch Thursday Night Football. He wants to put on YouTube TV, go down, find Thursday Night Football, and click on it. And then he wants to be able to do that because then he wants to switch between, if the game's in a commercial, I want to be able to go watch the Celtics.
Right.
Or I want to go watch this movie, or I want to watch this show. He doesn't want to have to switch between apps to do that.
Nope. It's even as an adult, even for me, with those technology, it's a pain in the ass.
Fucking ass, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's why I have to sit up here sometimes and have fucking my quad box going on my big monitor.
And you have to set up double verification because if someone, God forbid, steals your information and they have your credit card information, they try logging in on some other part of the world.
Or worse yet, you have to sit here and be like, the other day, I got a thing from YouTube TV telling me oh no, you've reached your device limit. Because I had the game on up here, and I just had a tab open on my computer. I was running on there. I had Red Zone. So I had Red Zone on up here, Red Zone on in the living room because we were eating breakfast. Then I went downstairs, and I had Red Zone on. I had one game on the TV by the pool table.
Yeah.
And then I had the Broncos game on the TV. I'm sorry, I had the race on the TV by the pool table. Or, I'm sorry, the Broncos on the pool table and the race in Talladega on the bar. And YouTube was like, whoa, you've reached your limit, buddy. And I'm like, I can go verify these are all in my house.
Yes.
Why do I need, what the fuck?
That makes no sense.
They want you to pay more because, you have more devices.
Oh, premium.
Yep, got to get premium now. Oh, yeah, I know. You're already paying us $100 a month, but, ooh, you want 5 TVs? Which I could have just come up here and closed the tab on this one and been fine.
Yeah.
Because nobody was up here using it.
Stupid though.
But what the fuck? It's on my home network. It's all under the same roof at the same location. You know that.
I don't like it if I pay for Comcast and it's like you can't watch your TV that you pay for anywhere else besides your home because we don't allow that.
Yeah, sorry.
Guy, fuck you.
Yeah, because we got to cut down on password sharing. Fuck you. Just kiss my ass. But again, this is all these people that thought, get rid of cable, man, streaming services. This is the way, a la carte. You're going to be able to select what you want and only what you want until you realize that everything you want is now going to be fanned out over 15 different fucking things, and you're going to end up paying for all of them. All of them.
Everyone's going to quit, and everyone's going to just say, forget it. We're just getting away from it. We're done.
We can only hope, Sean. We can only hope.
It'll happen.
All right. That's good. We'll leave it there. 2.5 hours is plenty for us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate it. We will be back next Tuesday night.
Week 9, NFL.
9, we'll have a NASCAR champion.
We'll have a World Series champion.
We will have a World Series champion. That will be wrapped up.
I hope it's Toronto because I'm just sick of the Dodgers.
I'm fine with either one. I'd rather it be LA because I like more players on LA, but Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero Jr., pretty likable team in Toronto.
A lot of
George Springer, my guy.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he got hurt last night and didn't return and wasn't in the lineup tonight, and they still won 6-2. Probably the most clutch hitter they have in that lineup, so we'll see how that goes going forward. But
Yeah, you don't like fat-ass Vladdy?
I love Laddie. Love him. Like I said, likable team. Very likable team in Toronto. So we'll be back next Tuesday night, 9 p.m., right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. For Mr. Betancourt, I am Joey Fats. This has been another episode of Roll 1 Seat 1, Joey Fats Radio. We will catch you all next Tuesday night. Peace.
7-2 Patriots.